tranquila. E vamos lá então, né? A última coisa que tinha acontecido, tinha lá a festa da Afrodite pra gente ir e o lar da Medusa. Vamos na festa da Afrodite? Vamos na festa da Afrodite primeiro, depois a gente vem no lar da Medusa, né? Que isso aqui da festa da Afrodite já tem muito tempo que aconteceu. Sei lá se tem como perder, espero que não. Espero que não. Tudo ótimo, que bom, Saori, que bom que tá tudo ótimo, aí sim. Valeu, Diogo, valeu pela moitinha.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Oh, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace, you made it. I'm so glad. I was beginning to wonder.
You didn't say this was a fancy party. I feel a little underdressed.
Grace, look at me. I didn't even button up my shirt. It's fine.
Realmente, o cara não tá nem de camiseta, velho, direito.
Quiet. You'd think someone died.
I should have told you about this earlier.
Eu preciso mudar minha câmera. Minha câmera tem que deixar lá pra baixo. Câmera. Aqui, mais ou menos. Aqui tá bom, hein?
I've been putting it off.
De flertar aí, né? Você é bonitinho não, quando você se preocupa. Eu não posso ser tão mal, isso não parece bom.
I don't like the sound of that. What am I missing?
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No déjà vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Ninguém me disse isso, parece algo legal. Ninguém me disseram, sim. Disseram? Eu lembro de ter alguma coisa parecida, né? Que o próprio Apollo tinha comentado sobre, né? Que as outras Calliope lá também tiveram as memórias, sei lá o quê.
That doesn't seem so terrible. Am I missing something?
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you.
Faz sentido.
Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
Então eu irei me tornar Calliope, isso parece horrível. Eu não tenho certeza do que pensar e eu vou ficar bem, tá? Então eu não tenho certeza do que pensar.
It's a lot to take in. I'm not sure what to think.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
Afrodite irá morrer, isso é muito extremo. Por que ter uma festa pra isso? Afrodite vai morrer?
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
in front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace, to make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye, at least for a while.
A Afrodite já fez isso antes, você concorda com isso? Eu não acho que é uma... Eu não gosto dessa ideia e eu entendi. A Afrodite já fez isso antes?
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past, while she still remembers it.
Calliope não aprova. Você aprova isso?
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war, and eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
Calliope não aprova?
Wait. Calliope refused to come to these parties. That's what you said.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Entendi.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Mingling. O que é mingling?
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros.
Passar,
Or we can talk more if you like.
aproveitar, né, a festa, sei lá.
Try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Enturmar, talvez. Tá, falar com Eros ou Apolo. Falar com... Ah, só tem a opção do Eros pra ganhar. Apolo a gente acabou de falar, então. Sim. Conheceu ele uma vez lá, né? A gente conversou, no caso.
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Meu Deus. Simplesmente.
Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
Onde está Afrodite? Então eu, né, fui mencionada. Você está bem? Fala, Games, pode. Oi, seja muito bem-vindo. Aí, ó, consegui comentar então hoje. Achei que não ia conseguir. Resolveu lá o problema do e-mail. Você está bem?
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
Só amanhã. Ué, pera, você vai fazer só amanhã que vai arrumar? Mas você tá conseguindo comentar. Você falou que não ia conseguir comentar na live. Aí eu tô perdido agora. Então você não conseguiu arrumar, mas você tá conseguindo comentar. Por causa do VIP, provavelmente, né? Que tem canal que você não pode comentar se você não tiver o e-mail confirmado, né? Negócio. E se você não for VIP, coisa do tipo. Isso acontece muito. Essa coisa toda é estranha. Ok, tá. Isso acontece muito?
From the sounds of it, this happens...
Sim, é o VIP.
Every 20 years or so. That's how long she can hold out until she just can't stand it anymore. Every time, Aphrodite forgets. At least for a while. But I don't. I remember everything. I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Que horrível. Então o que aconteceu com a Afrodite não tem outro jeito?
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Tá, o que aconteceu... Isso não é tipo... Sui? É, seria tipo, né?
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like, suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die for a while.
Ok. Fala, Ruivinha, boa noite. Buscando pela moitinha. Não posso por enquanto, né? Então é porque você tem a opção, né? De colocar, tipo, se a pessoa ela é VIP, mod ou sub. Se ela não precisa desses requisitos, né? De comentar, de ter e-mail e telefone vinculado, né? Eu deixei porque, né? Geralmente a pessoa já tem também, né? Então meio que whatever. Né? E a pessoa já tá comentando normalmente, né? E a pessoa vai se tornar VIP. Ou ela ganha o sub, sei lá, né? Negócio assim. A Ruiminha tá ao vivo agora? Não está ao vivo, mas a gente deixa lá na moitinha. Caso ela abra, a gente tá por lá já. Tá, o que aconteceu com a Afrodite?
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite, not me. It's not my story to tell.
O que eu posso fazer? E se eu conseguir ajudar, você tem certeza? Eu posso. Se eu puder ajudar.
She was dealing with, I might be able to help.
Could you? I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
Deixa eu abrir aqui o tradutor, né? Que a gente precisa.
Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
E a Afrodite conseguiu escapar. Você não parece aprovar. Ela precisa da minha ajuda, tá aí. E a Afrodite conseguiu escapar?
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
Eu já ouvi, mas não sei o que é o Hephaestus. É o gay,
Make anything,
É.
any tool or weapon.
o ferreiro.
He was
Verdade.
Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Me diga que isso é. Me diga sobre o trato.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
Tá, você não parece aprovar. Ela precisa da minha ajuda. Ela parece precisar da minha ajuda.
What is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to remember, to celebrate our history. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that, deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
Tá, e se você estiver errado, eu irei fazer o meu melhor. Fazer o meu melhor.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
Ok, esperar por Afrodite ou falar com a Apolo? Vamos falar com a Apolo de novo, então. Será que tem uma coisa nova pra falar?
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
Eros quer que isso pare. Eu devo voltar pra festa. Você não parece ser confortável.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
Por que não evitá-los? Porque isso é um pouco triste. Quão adorável, estranho... Quê? Quão adorável, estranho é você, é um negócio assim. Tá, por que não evitá-los?
Why come at all? You don't have to see other idols, do you?
Well, there's the chorus, and we're not allowed to leave the city. Other than that, avoiding everyone was the plan. Until a certain someone made me sing.
Eros quer que isso pare.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. Only to start all over again.
Vai ser horrível.
Different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
I should get back out there.
Tá, acho que falando com a Apolo não vai ter mais nada não, né? Deixa eu confirmar só.
Back again.
I should get back out there.
Acabou. Vamos esperar a Afrodite então. Mano, eu ainda acho muito louco, né? Que a gente tava jogando lá o Immortals, tem os mesmos deuses praticamente. Afrodite, Hefestas citou. Né? Não apareceu Ares ainda. E nem o...
My family.
Que era o quarto?
Having
Athena.
you all here,
Athena apareceu.
gathered once again to see me off, it moves me more than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is.
Muito prazer em ver você de novo. Você poderia ter me convidado. Nós podemos conversar em particular?
I was hoping we might have a chance to talk.
Oh, but we are talking, are we not?
I mean the two of us, in private.
And abandon my guests when I've just arrived. I have so many farewells to make.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh, what manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight
Ele vai se tornar ela.
the new me.
Tava suspeitando isso já.
And yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Está tudo bem com isso? Você é escolhida. Prazer em conhecê-lo.
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
Survived my trial?
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Eu realmente preciso da sua ajuda primeiro. Me diga qual é o meu papel. Eu quero falar. Eu quero falar com você fora disso, tá? Não, preciso da sua ajuda primeiro.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
Eu quero falar com você fora
I was
disso.
hoping I could talk you out of it, actually. Oh, forgive my saying so, but you seem fine.
Yes, it might seem that way. Well, tell me, Grace, why should I let you try to talk me out of this,
Porque isso é errado, porque isso não ajuda. Faço isso por Eros.
Because Eros loves you? Do you have any idea what this puts him through?
I do know. I wish I could convince dearest Eros to find his own way, but he refuses to leave my side. My pain is his pain. The respite I seek is as much his as it is mine. Even so, tonight is not about the pain. It is about honoring the memory of what was while that memory still persists. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Ok, a gente pode voltar a falar com mais pessoas. Vamos falar com Vênus primeiro, né? Com a Vênus, e depois a gente vem falar com a Apolo.
I want to apologize again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Eu não me importo, segundo as intenções. Você não pode ficar pronto, não pode estar pronta pra isso.
Being a god isn't something you can really be ready for.
I mean, you are not gods, though. Are you? Not really.
You don't think so?
To me, you all just seem like people. Special people, sure, but flawed and lost, like the rest of us. If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
Não muito. Eu estava aterrorizada, aconteceu muito rápido.
I'm not sure. It happened so fast, I didn't know what to think. Calliope died, and then all this happened.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
Como você conhece Afrodite, seu nome realmente é Vênus. Você está tudo bem com tudo isso? Tá. Como você conheceu como seu nome? Seu nome é realmente
Really
Vênus.
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place. She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
Tá, como você conheceu Afrodite?
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this like amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that?
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Então, você está tudo bem com isso?
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Errol's called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
Tá, mas isso é errado.
But don't you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
I don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is not committing suicide, and I'm not being murdered.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm becoming part of something bigger. Something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible, and I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
Ok, falar com a Apollo então de novo. Contar as novidades, depois a gente faz o ritual já. Valeu, algo, valeu pela moitinha. Tá. Deixa eu... Agora a gente acertou. Ah, o algo já fechou, né? Eu tava na raid, inclusive, quando ele mandou a raid. A Afrodite não me ajuda.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
I was hoping she might have spared a moment.
What should I do?
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
Tá, você conheceu Vênus?
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors. She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
Ok, acabou. Vamos então pro ritual. Bom, provavelmente vai ter mais uma música agora. Né? Que ela pediu pra gente usar os poderes, tudo.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long.
Mas assim, the end.
I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here, to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
E bora pra música.
We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong, we were wrong. We sought shelter from the shadows, but were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start. They hunted me for power to fuel their psychopathic cause. And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought I'd win their hearts again. I was wrong, I was wrong. Oh, the power of the idols pounds within your chest.
Como muda a música.
I am in mourning for a love gone unexpressed. He was harder than the chisel. I was a horrid block of ice. A winter's chill that stayed until he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory, and this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
Mas pior que eu escolhi ali o vermelho, mas eu quase não uso o vermelho, né? Lá no começo do jogo.
It's interesting why you feel so blue because of the horror show from long ago. There ain't no getting through a husband who sacrificed and paid the price for you to be free. Wherever he is right now, you'd think somehow that...
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm on a roll. I don't pretend to know the mind of a god. That's something I never thought I'd say. I'm not the only one here who wants to know. Is leaving now the only way to go?
I'm confused. Who are you? Thank you for sharing, little one. You're 80 years overdue. Now take your seat, you've had your fun. I think you'll find I'm a god, making note of the staggering lack of help. And so no matter what you think you know, this ceremony is the only way to go.
Don't you write anything down? Is there a statue of Hephaestus in town? Or is history just a record that slowly gathers dust? You gotta turn it up loud so the player doesn't rust. Because I find the story so unique, I'll sing in plain speak. You rest leaves the rest of your family stressed and depressed. They repress, so we'll only digress. I'm impressed by the sense of occasion, I guess, but this mess of a quest to possess is grotesque. It's happened to me, and I'll never know when Calliope inside of me surfaces. So I request that your guests reassess the process, and unless you address all this godly excess, we'll continue to guess while you repossess, and I won't acquiesce till a change manifests. I'm out.
Meu Deus.
Taking a breath's the only way to go. Considering the options left, it's the only way to go. What is the only way to go?
I'm stunned by the arrogance, but eloquence sparks something in me. If you honestly can promise me all the help I need, I'll be the kind of a god you'll worship and adore like before. Thank you, Venus, a brilliant cameo.
And together we will face it, 'cause forgetting won't erase it. Moving on's the only way to go. The only way to
Eu acho que talvez tenha dado certo. Será que a gente conseguiu convencer ela?
Mother, is it true? You've chosen to...
Live.
Deu certo.
I have chosen to live. I'm so sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come. But thank you.
Ah, nossa, aquele finalzinho ele tinha até uma exclamação no meio, né? Tipo, ó, se você escolher aqui é a decisão. Não, um negócio assim. Ainda bem que deu tudo certo. Fala, Brito, fala, Enz, valeu pela moitinha, Enz, fala. Ué? Eu vi o emote do Wellington e já achei que era o Wellington. Cadê o Wellington? Sobre isso, deixa eu deixar lá na moitinha do Enz também. Ah, como é que vocês estão, Brito? Enz tá na moitinha, né? Tá lá em live agora. Ele tenha tudo tranquilo. Tá. Isso irá funcionar. Você prometeu me ajudar. Eu espero que isso não seja ruim.
I really hope I didn't make things worse for you. If I did...
If you did, it's not your fault, Grace. I know how the Muse's power works. Somewhere within me, I wanted this. I knew it wasn't working.
At least now there's a chance it could get better.
Now then, Grace, you needed my help. No doubt regarding Calliope's death. Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
Medusa, alguém se relicar. Medusa a gente não tem ainda certeza, não. A gente ia lá descobrir isso aí agora. Tudo certo, que bom, Brito, que bom que tá tudo certo. Hoje dá pra zerar, sim. Gostei do dueto, muito bom, né? Também gostei bastante. Ficou tipo uma vibe meio aquelas músicas antigas, né? De filme antigo assim, né? Tá, alguém no relicário.
I'm not sure. Calliope was attacked at the reliquary, so it had to be someone who had access.
So that's where she went.
Calliope came to see us that night. She was agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why.
She said she had a plan. That must have been the reliquary.
Por que isso não foi mencionado? Ela sabia que eu... Ela sabia que isso viria... Que tipo de plano? Tá, por que isso não foi mencionado?
You saw her? Why wasn't this mentioned earlier?
Well, we knew something was wrong. We were concerned, but not enough to intervene.
Calliope was always upset about something. We thought it was just another one of her crusades.
Oh, if we'd only known she intended to go to the reliquary. Why didn't she tell us? I'm afraid I can't offer much help, Grace. Few have access to the reliquary. I certainly do not, and I don't know who does. If Medusa was there, I'd ask her why and how. There are always motives lurking within her motives.
Mais motivo pra Medusa.
Time you rested. It's been a long night.
If I don't, I suppose you'll both gang up on me again. Very well.
Ok, acabou bem. Deu certo aqui.
So, did they have anything helpful? I see. Then you still intend to seek her out.
Tem algum outro jeito? Você podia me proteger. Mano, é muito aleatório essas frases de flirt, né? Tipo. Aí, tem algum outro jeito?
I have to. How else will I find out what she knows?
I still don't like it. Athena employs Medusa as a spy master of sorts. She works from the shadows. I don't
Meu Deus, ele
know
sumiu.
who she is.
Não tava do lado
See
dela?
if I can find out.
Desapareceu naquela cena.
Simple matter. You should probably ask around. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
Afrodite vem passando por muito e eu estava pensando sobre as memórias de Calliope e eu estou bem. E agora, hein? Já confundi ele com o Brito, eles usam a mesma cor de nick aí, ó. E agora o Brito tá usando bastante os emotes do Wellington aí. Aí que complica mais ainda, que o Wellington usa bastante esses dois emotes aí. Justamente esses dois emotes ele usa muito. Aí quando ele comenta, ele tá lá, né, com esse emote, aí você fica já... É o Wellington, aí não é o Wellington. Tá pensando nas memórias de Calliope.
What you said earlier about Calliope's memories coming back.
That wasn't how I wanted you to find out. I'm sorry. If you like, we can talk about it later at my place, after you've had some time to digest.
I might do that. Thanks.
I suppose you'll be headed home.
Or to look for Medusa, yeah.
Then I'll see you soon. Take care of yourself, Grace.
Ok, então a gente tem a escolha de ir lá no Apolo de novo ou voltar pro apartamento, imagina, né? E aí, se a gente for no Apolo... Esses dois lugares... Não, só tenho falar com o Apolo. E é só conversa, eu acho, né? Eu vou falar rapidinho aqui. Vamos vir aqui e depois a gente já lê o que tem no journal, né? Nas informações. E a gente vai pra Medusa.
Hello again. I can't remember the last time I had guests so frequently. I did tell you we could discuss your memories and the Eidolon more in depth after the party. Did you have any questions, or...
Temos duas perguntas, então. Quantas vezes você morreu? Eu irei me sentir diferente quando mudar?
When all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
Well, let's see. It starts as dreams you'll have of places you've never been, people you've never met. Fleeting images, feelings. Then they'll appear while you're awake. You'll be eating breakfast and suddenly recall when you last ate something similar in the 17th century.
Vai ser horrível.
The hard is that eventually it can be hard to differentiate between your life and all those other lives. They blend together.
It does sound confusing.
A little, yeah. And not all the memories will be good ones. It can take time to process.
Ainda continuarei lembrando da minha própria vida?
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Grace, would you say that who you are is at least in part due to your experiences?
I guess so, sure.
Well, you'll have a lot more experiences. They won't feel like someone else's either. It will feel like you did all those things. They will shape who you are now, just as they shaped Calliope and all those who came before her. The good news is, you won't get all the memories. Each time we pass on, the older memories fade.
Não tem um limite. Tá, e como sumir memórias é uma coisa boa?
Wait, how is it good that old memories start to fade?
Desaparecer, né?
Thousands of years old, Grace. If all of those memories returned with perfect clarity, you'd drown in them.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Tell me, how much do you remember from when you were a small child?
Bits and pieces, I guess. Not much.
It's the same for us. The further I try to think back, the more blurry it becomes. I remember the important bits, but little else. Some of the really old memories. There's so many mortal stories that get mixed up with them, things my previous selves learned as legends. It becomes hard to tell. It takes time, Grace. You'll remember all the lives you've led, but at a pace you can handle, and nothing more.
Mano, que doideira isso, né? Então, pensando aqui, tipo, mano, imagina você é uma figura histórica assim, né? Que vive tantos anos assim, aí chega em algum lugar que o pessoal é conhecedor da sua história e aí pergunta pra você, e aí, o que aconteceu tal coisa? Aí você fica tipo, nossa, eu não me lembro, já faz 100 mil anos, sei lá o que. Aí os caras vão e falam, não, mas aconteceu exatamente assim, assim, assado. Porque, obviamente, tem os negócios escritos lá e os caras estudaram. E ele, a pessoa que realmente viveu, não vai lembrar, né? Que doideira. Que nem ele falou, né? Que as memórias começam a ficar meio embaçadas, assim. Tipo, nossa, lembra poucas coisas, né? Do passado e coisa demais. Igual quando você é um bebê, né? Tipo, quando você é criança, você também não lembra 100% do que aconteceu quando você é criança. Você lembra pouquíssimas coisas. Tá, e quantas vezes você morreu?
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
Well, we call it passing on, meeting the idol, and it's fine. I've passed on 12 times that
12 vezes.
So your name isn't really Apollo.
Most recently, it was Lucas. Everyone Lucas ever knew is gone, however, so these days I prefer Apollo again.
Lucas? Seems weird to think of you as a Lucas.
Meu Deus.
It was weird for him, too. Much like yourself, Lucas becoming Apollo was somewhat of a surprise.
Sounds like there's a story there.
Ok, me diga sobre Lucas.
Tell me about this Lucas. How did
Que
he...
estranho, meu Deus.
Or is it how you became Apollo?
Apollo had taken to surfing. He left the city without permission and roamed the coast looking for... Well, I'm not sure now. Whatever it was, he found it one night when a giant wave took him down. He was drowning, and I thought, this is finally it. But it wasn't. Lucas saw Apollo struggling and swam out to save him. He pulled us ashore, but it was too late. It took a long time to realize what happened. I didn't return to the city until years later. By then, everyone thought I was Apollo's chosen successor.
So no trial for you, huh?
It wasn't easy at first, without memories or anyone to guide me, but no, nothing like that.
Ok, nossa senhora. Valeu, Doug, valeu pela boitinha. 122 anos. Supostamente 900. Meu Deus do céu, né? Quase 1000 anos, tá doido. É muita coisa. Tá, e... O que aconteceria se o Lucas não estivesse lá?
Wait, what would have happened if Lucas hadn't tried to rescue you? What if no one was there when you...
When I died, then the eidolon of Apollo's line would have ended forever, I think.
You think?
É igual que a Afrodite tava falando lá.
There have been stories about eidolons that survive for a time and go...
Foi o próprio Apolo que falou.
That's probably all they are, though. Stories. It's not something we've had much opportunity to study, but normally death without passing on is how an idol really dies. Forever.
É isso por agora.
It's a lot to consider. Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Hopefully this eases whatever concerns you might have had. Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
Eita, tem mais coisa. Achei que tinha acabado. Me diga mais sobre a
Tell
guerra.
me more about the war. It seems to have had a huge effect on all of you.
I don't think we would have left the old world otherwise. It was home.
From Aphrodite's song, I know Ares betrayed every...
Ares.
What did you do?
I caused it.
Eita.
I foresaw what was going to happen, so I tried to prevent it. I told Ares. I figured if the god of war couldn't stop what was to come, then
And that's why he betrayed everyone.
he decided the idols were a lost cause. Because I told him we were.
Profecias não prestam. Isso é horrível. Isso daí ia acontecer de qualquer jeito.
Surely it could have happened anyhow. It was a big war. The biggest.
Perhaps. We'll never know, will we? My time afterwards was spent helping the survivors, keeping us on the move. If Hephaestus hadn't intervened, we would have all been captured.
And he's...
Oh, gone now, we assume, like so many others. We are nothing more than refugees from a war long over, Grace.
Foi difícil vir pro Novo Mundo?
Was it hard for the idols to come to the new world? It's just a place like any other, isn't it?
I don't think it was the place so much as the condition we were in. Shell-shocked, one might say. Our entire world had been turned upside down. Suddenly, we had rules. Secrecy was paramount, and no one was permitted to leave the city. Some, like my sister Artemis, couldn't abide it.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Goddess of the hunt. And a wild thing herself. She left, I think. Faded away without a word. As many did in the early days here. Later, Athena became even more strict. For our own good, of course, but it hasn't been easy. This city has never felt like home so much as a temporary shelter.
E o que aconteceu com as musas?
What happened to the other muses? You mentioned 2 others. Were they lost in the war?
Cleo perished centuries before, the victim of an obsessed writer she'd spurned. He kept her in a cage as his personal muse.
Ugh, that's pretty dark.
It was. By the time we found her, she was already... Well, it's enough to say her captor didn't survive her for long. Talia, however, was lost to us on the very last day of the war. We were about to leave on the ship, but she just never showed up.
Do you know what happened to her?
We never found out. I worried for years, even hired people to look, but as far as I can tell, she up and vanished into smoke that day. The war had ground her down. I was upset, but not surprised.
Ok, tudo.
That's all
É
I can
tudo isso é
think of
tudo.
now. I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
Ok, vamos ver o jornal então. Agora já tá no dia 4, meu Deus, já tá. Passou muito tempo. A Fred não vai ter nada, né? Que ela nem tava aqui. Calliope. Talvez tenha alguma cena. Tem coisa, né? Sobre ela. Tá, é só o de baixo. O de cima a gente já leu. Isso é interessante. Calliope visitou Afrodite e Eros na noite em que ela morreu. Calliope estava com medo de alguma coisa, mas não quis contar o que era. Agora ele se arrepende de não ter pressionado mais ela sobre isso. Mas isso ainda me diz uma coisa. Calliope sabia que algo iria acontecer com ela. Talvez ela já soubesse quando me conheceu no ginásio. Talvez ela tenha pensado que poderia morrer e é por isso que ela parecia tão triste, resignado. Então... Então o que quer que tenha acontecido naquela noite não foi uma surpresa. É... Faz sentido, ela tinha muita cara que sabia que ia acontecer alguma coisa. Hermes, acho que não tem nada, né? Ah, é Perséfone o nome da outra lá. Nossa, eu nem lembrava. Tá, Afrodite deve ter um monte de coisa. A partir daqui, ó. Tem muita coisa. Eras me contou tudo sobre o que Afrodite passou durante a guerra, como ela foi sequestrada pelo inimigo, como foi libertada pelo marido, Hefesto, a quem ela nunca conseguiu agradecer ou se despedir. Ela está cheia de tanta culpa e trauma, e não consegue escapar de nada disso. Assim que suas memórias se tornam, ela fica em constante agonia, mesmo que esconda isso muito bem. Mesmo assim, ela não acha que o que está fazendo seja a resposta certa para seus problemas. Certamente não ajudou até agora. Eu disse a Eros que tentaria convencer a Afrodite a aguentar. Quem sabe, talvez nem seja possível. Tenho que tentar, porque isso que ela tem feito... Porque isso que ela tem feito para lidar com isso... Meu Deus. Claramente não é a resposta, né? Ok. Meu Deus do céu. Que isso? O que tá acontecendo? Ué? Tem algum botão que tô apertando? Ih, bugou, hein? Pronto. Apolo disse algo sobre Afrodite que ficou em minha memória. Ele diz que ela esconde sucessores que sejam pessoas gentis e generosas, porque acha que, com o tempo, isso tornará uma pessoa melhor. No final, inspirei a Afrodite a continuar vivendo. Ela vai aguentar e continuar tentando. Espero não tê-la ofendido muito durante a música, mas tive que fazer isso. Ela é tão majestosa e incrível. Se alguém pode fazer isso, ela pode. Ok, Apolo. Então temos coisas novas para falar do Apolo, né? Tá aqui, Apolo e Perséfone, já foi. Um grande avô, ok. Já teve um filho, e daqui a gente já leu também, né? Agora é só esses dois aí de baixo. Você sabe que o nome de Apolo era Lucas? Ou eu acho é melhor dizer que este é o nome da pessoa para quem ele foi passado, que agora é ele. Lucas era como eu, e até as memórias de Apolo voltarem. Até as memórias de Apolo voltarem. Eu nunca vou me acostumar com isso. Eu perguntei a Apolo sobre o que aconteceu durante a guerra. Ele mencionou casualmente que foi uma das suas profecias que levou Ares a trair os ídolos. Ares fez isso porque tinha certeza que os ídolos estavam condenados de qualquer maneira. Sim, talvez as profecias sejam mais problemáticas do que valem, afinal. Ok, aí a Atena tem alguma coisa? Eles citaram ela? Eu li isso aqui? Asterion mencionou que Atena foi até o relicário no dia depois que a Calliope morreu. Eu não lembro, eu vou ler de novo. Astéria mencionou que Atena veio ao relicário um dia após a morte de Calliope, avisada pela Medusa, talvez, ou pela própria Hecate, eu acho. Atena, Atena jurou o segredo da Hecate sobre tudo, mas não Astério, como ele alegremente apontou, tá? Lemos sim. A Perséfone não vai ter nada também, né? Que ela nem apareceu aqui. Pan foi citado, mas... só isso mesmo. Meu Deus, o que tá acontecendo, velho? O que tá bugando? Eros tem coisas novas, com certeza. Aqui encontrei Eros na festa da Afrodite. Conheci Eros mais tarde na festa da Afrodite e de repente seu humor sombrio faz sentido. Parece que ele é o zelador constante de Afrodite. Ele a viu dar festas e morrer repetidas vezes, e acha que finalmente atingiu seu limite. Ele não suporta a dor de Afrodite, mas acha que não sabe o que fazer a respeito. Ele espera que eu consiga convencê-la a parar, o que é uma tarefa difícil, com certeza. E não sei se isso realmente a faria melhorar. Apolo disse que acha que Eros ficou com Afrodite todo esse tempo porque sente que deve a ela. Era uma vez Eros o desastre eterno, palavra de Apolo, e ela a cuidadora. Então agora ela deve retribuir o favor. Não importa o quanto isso machuque sua alma, acho que Apolo provavelmente está certo. E por fim... no final, fiz o que Eros pediu, convenci a Afrodite a aguentar e continuar lutando. Você deveria tê-lo visto quando ela disse que tentaria. Achei que ele iria desabar em lágrimas ali mesmo. Espero ter feito a coisa certa. Aí Hecate acho que não vai ter nada, né? Minotauro. Medusa, que foi citada também, né? Conversando com Afrodite e Eros depois da festa, eles corroboraram mais ou menos parte do que a Sera me contou. Calliope foi ao relicário naquela noite, ela sabia que algo grande estava acontecendo e estava realmente assustada. Eles também concordaram que Medusa, se houvesse alguém, saberia mais. Então acho que ela é a próxima da minha lista, realmente, né? A gente já vai pra lá. E Vênus. Nossa, muito personagem, hein? Deve ter mais aqui, talvez, hein? Mais uns 4, talvez. Conheci a pessoa que deveria se tornar a nova Afrodite. O nome dela é Vênus. E ela parece muito doce. A Afrodite está preparando ela há meses. Deve ser legal. E ela parece saber no que está se metendo. Mas significa que está tudo bem? No final, inspirei a Afrodite a continuar tentando permanecer viva. Ainda não tenho certeza de como. Espero que tenha sido a coisa certa a fazer. E espero que Vênus possa me perdoar por tirar essa oportunidade dela. Se foi assim que ela viu as coisas. Algo me diz que ela está bem com isso e estará lá pra ajudar a Afrodite a superar o que vier a seguir. Eu tava pensando justamente isso, né? Tipo, mano, a gente... Ela foi prometida um monte de coisa ali e agora não vai acontecer mais, né? Porque a gente convenceu a outra de não fazer o que ela ia fazer. Ela ficou tipo, e agora? Faço o quê, né? Provavelmente acho que ela tá de boa também, tranquila. Bom, vamos lá então pra Medusa. O lar da Medusa.
This must be the Viper's Nest. Scariest part of town, no sign. Just that one dude glaring at everyone. Well, I'm here now. Just another day in the life of an idol.
Oh, there you are.
Meu Deus.
Worst. I think someone peed on me.
Freddie? What are you
Meu
doing?
Deus, ela com uma massa nas
I
costas.
wouldn't notice you skulking off. You didn't even bring any equipment, Grace.
Você tem equipamento, eu estou feliz que você tá aqui. Você não deveria estar aqui, você tem equipamento?
What kind of equipment does one bring to a meeting with Medusa?
This isn't a meeting, Grace. You're not here to sell her on your business plan.
Please tell me you don't have any weapons in there.
Nothing that would get me stopped on the bus. Look, you're gonna need some backup
Meu Deus.
there. Okay, do you even know anything about Medusa?
Me diga que você sabe, ela pode realmente transformar as pessoas em pedra?
Do you think she actually turns people to stone?
Let's hope not, or this could be a short visit. Or a really, really long one.
I'm serious.
Perseus used a mirror to reflect Medusa's gaze back at her. Oh, maybe you could use your phone.
You think
Agora realmente o celular funciona.
Grace, it's all you got.
Ok, me diga o que você sabe.
Okay, I'll bite. What do you know about Medusa?
Well, you know, she was human once, right? And she was cursed.
Apollo mentioned it, yeah.
Cursed by Athena. Or so one of the stories goes, anyway.
But doesn't she work for Athena?
Hey, don't look at me. My knowledge of this stuff stops at a few thousand years ago.
A Medusa é um monstro. Então,
She was once human, but she's definitely a monster, right?
Yeah, one of the worst. But, you know, so was the Minotaur.
Asterion said she was scary. I have a feeling she's not like him.
Then I guess you need to be prepared for the possibility that she is as bad as the legends say. Though some of the stories also say that she was wronged by Athena and that what was done to her was an injustice.
And Athena just follows the rules, right?
ok. Só ver aqui, o Doug tá ao vivo? Não está ao vivo, mas a gente deixa lá na motinha quando ele abrir, a gente tá por lá já. Ok, vamos lá.
Okay, enough talking. Time to do this.
You have a plan for how we're getting inside, I hope?
Maybe. You're here to help?
Always.
Then I have a plan.
Ok, usar uma distração, encontrar outra entrada, confrontar o guardinha, né? O porteiro. Encontrar outra entrada, será que a gente tem? Por cima, meu Deus, usar uma distração e confrontar o cara. Encontrar outra entrada.
Nothing in your bag for bashing a lock, I take it?
I thought this was an adventure, not break and enter.
What do you think adventures are, Freddy?
I still can't believe you can do that. It's like I don't even know you. And is this a good idea? What if Medusa, like, calls the cops?
Você tem uma ideia melhor? Isso vai funcionar? Você tem uma ideia melhor?
As I recall, your big idea was to distract the guy at the front door with firecrackers.
They're legal. And loud.
Do I even want to know what else is in there?
No, it's probably better if you don't.
And there we go. Coming?
Oh, hell yes. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Time to split up and have a look around.
Ok, ela conseguiu abrir a janela. Ih, já começou com a música já. Veio direto a música. Meu Deus, tá acontecendo? Que lugar é esse?
What a long day, hiding in the light. Such a long day, dreaming of tonight. This sacred bite. Hello, who's that there? You've messed up my flow. Just get your drink, girl, and take your seat. Oh, it's the mews. There are
Você só virou pedra mesmo ali.
and then there's this sacred bite. So wrong, so right. I'm really gonna hate myself tonight.
Right, let's play. I'm sure you can bite, okay. But you get a fight today. You're fighting Grace this time. And this time's mine. This
Nossa, a música mudou muito, velho.
Chivalries these heroes got sent to me. Each one of them bent to me.
not meant to be this time.
This time and all time.
This time's mine.
This time's mine. This time just
This
like
time.
every time. He's mine. Now look into me. Your body goes freely every time as it tenders, turning gently as it renders. What'd you say, Grace? You okay, Grace? Where's the game face this time? You are currently experiencing something I like to call the preparation. Any questions or comments? That's right, it is widely known that I can turn folks to stone. But oh, I won't this time. Cause this time I find dine that oozy musy bloods my wine this time. Looking
Oh, meu Deus.
into
Cadê o celular?
She's looking away. Hey, looking
You flipped that hood.
me.
Then out came the snakes. Oh, you're so good. Finally, some steaks. Oh, the ice thing. What a difference an actual monster makes.
É legal que a gente realmente muda completamente o estilo da música, né?
Do like this.
She was mad at me. So
Well, why was she mad?
she said I'd been bad.
Had you been?
No. Now look into me.
Listen, Medusa. She's ashamed of what you do, but she never stops using you. Hey, I'd be a monster too. I'd be like you, big time. And it's time to realize you're the victim of...
Cross, little girl. No more Hail Marys. We both know the victims, you, the monsters, me.
You don't know, you don't know.
I do know that you didn't
Kill Calliope. So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
know.
Yes, you do know, you know. Does that mean Athena knows?
No. Fine grace.
Don't you see, Medusa? You are just her tool. Your queen's a user. You're Athena's fool. Apollo he could get you free. He's a friend to me.
Meu Deus.
You think that will hurt me, child? You have not done your homework.
Oh, sorry, just trying to get your attention. Yeah, I've been watching, and I'm willing to bet you can't turn me to stone before I burn your snakes off.
Tá tudo bem, Fred? Cuidado, Fred. Que alívio. Tá tudo bem, Fred.
Stand down, Freddy. Let's give Medusa some space.
Yeah, okay. I'm watching her, though.
You ready to talk?
Oh, fine. Fine. What exactly is it that you want, pretty muse?
Por que você estava no relicário? Por que você tentou comer Calliope também? Você não sabe? Tá.
You can start by telling me whether you tried to eat Calliope like you just tried to eat me.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary. I never spoke to her, never even caught up to her. I swear it.
That's what Asterion told us, more or less.
But you were there that night.
Yes, I admit it. Ugh, Lady Athena will have my head. She'll mount it on a pike. Whatever you might think of me, I had no part in the muse's death. I did not even know she'd been attacked until I saw her fleeing.
Asterion disse que vocês duas se encontraram. Você não contou pra Athena. Por que você estava seguindo Calliope? Como eu posso acreditar em você? Tá, Asterion disse que viu vocês duas.
Asterion said he caught up with you out in the fog. Is that right?
I thought he was the one who had attacked her. He is a great beast of a creature.
He killed Hecate's cat by accident, but this still seems hard to believe.
Yes, I only realized my mistake once I caught up to him, and by then the muse was gone.
And you never found her afterwards?
I thought she might flee to her pretty home, or to the sharp and prickly Persephone. She did neither.
Yeah, she came to see me.
Tá, como podemos acreditar em você? Por que você estava seguindo Calliope?
You followed Calliope to the reliquary. Why were you shadowing her at all?
I am Lady Athena's spy master, yes. Calliope has been trouble from time to time.
So you were spying on her.
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope. When I realized she was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
Como podemos acreditar em você? Tá, como você encontrou que Calliope estava lá?
Did you ever find out why Calliope went there?
Por que Calliope estava
I was
lá?
never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the muse fleeing. She was frightened, bloodied, dying.
Let me guess, that made you hungry.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
That does make sense from your perspective.
I didn't learn the truth until later. And then it was far too late.
E você não falou pra Athena.
You haven't told Athena any of this?
Do I need to light things up again? 'Cause I'll do it.
I told her Calliope was at the reliquary that night. I did not tell her I was also there.
Why not? Wouldn't Athena find out from Hecate anyway?
I was not thinking clearly. I panicked. Lady Athena barely tolerates my presence as it is. If she thought I was involved in any way, if she even suspected...
Aí, como nós podemos acreditar em você?
Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me, remember?
I am telling you the truth.
Right, and not at all trying to cover your own ass.
You presented an opportunity. Oh, to taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again. It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have.
Uh-huh.
Well, what of Pan? The only reason I knew Calliope was going to the reliquary is because he informed me.
So much for never lying to me.
What were the odds, honestly?
Let's put a pin in that for the moment, shall we?
I am a monster. It's true, I do not deny it. It's still, I did not kill the muse.
Já fiz perguntas demais.
Okay, let's say we believe you. For the moment.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you.
Demais não é suficiente.
Of my indiscretion, show mercy. I know what I am horrifies you. It horrifies me as well. I cannot help what I am. I did not ask to be cursed like this.
Você está brincando, certo? Eu vou pensar sobre isso.
Indiscretion, huh? That's quite the word for it.
I cannot apologize for my hunger. I can only apologize that I am so very weak in the face of it.
I'll think about it.
I am a lost and cursed thing. No idol. And if Lady Athena should learn the truth... I hope you find what you seek.
Eita, Luigi, fala, Luigi, boa noite. Eu tô muito bem-vindo que veio pelo Luigi.
We meet again someday.
Obrigado pela raid.
And sing a different song.
Seria legal se tivesse um modo meio livre, né? Tipo, queremos cantar uma música com tal pessoa de novo, sei lá. E mudar as coisas, né?
He knew. Right from the start, Pan knew Calliope was there that night.
Ou só um karaokê mesmo.
Foreseen that he was lying to you the entire time. Who, I ask you, a mystery even the Oracle couldn't have penetrated.
Ok. Como é que vocês estão? Como é que tava lá na live? Boa noite. Tudo tranquilo? Espero que sim. Ok. E você tem certeza? Você tem razão. Isso não faz sentido. Pan pode ainda ser inocente. Isso não faz sentido.
It just doesn't make sense. Pan sent me to the reliquary. If he's involved, why would he do that?
I don't know. Guilt, maybe? Anyhow, you probably have a few questions for Mr. Goatman. I'll see you at home.
Obrigado por ajudar. Isso foi perigoso. Você é incrível. Foi perigoso.
Stunt you pulled with a lighter? You could have been really hurt.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
You had no way of knowing she couldn't turn you to stone in an instant.
It's fine, Grace. It worked out. And I'm awesome at this, remember?
Ok, já tá indo direto? Já foi direto lá pro Pan.
Oh, if it isn't, the lovely Grace?
You knew. Right from the start, you knew Calliope was there that night.
Well, yes. She asked for the key and I gave it to her, no questions asked. I told you I didn't know what happened to Calliope, and that's the truth. I did not. So I nudged you in the right direction.
Por que você fez isso e mentiu do porquê? O que você não está me contando? Meu Deus. Correu. Nice. Que bom que foi bem. Aí sim. Hoje a Diana desapareceu? A Diana tava por aí, né? Foi pra cozinha provavelmente essas horas. O que você não está me contando?
So you were what? Just trying to be helpful? You still aren't telling me something.
What possible reason would I have to...
Tell me, right now.
Medusa learned that Calliope was going to the reliquary because I told her. Now, before you say anything, I had no idea of the fate awaiting our dear muse. And you yourself said Medusa was not responsible. I simply had to know if I'd inadvertently, rather innocently...
Você vendeu ela, eu não acredito em você.
You really expect me to believe that?
I was hoping, yes.
What else will I discover, Pan? I'd rather learn it now than later.
I wish I could tell you, Grace. I truly do.
Ok, vamos conversar rápido. Voltar pro apartamento ou falar... Não, já é dia 5 já, meu Deus do céu, como passa rápido. Não vou até falar, acho que deve ter se deixado dormir, provavelmente, né? Provavelmente foi dormir. Com certeza. Tá, Fred, temos coisa nova com ela, né? Ali embaixo. Eu pretendia ir sozinha a Medusa, mas é claro que Fred apareceu todo equipado como um aventureiro. Devo ficar grato por ela ajudar ou devo ficar preocupado por ela não levar os ídolos suficientemente a sério? Pois é, ela realmente não tá levando muito a sério, não. Tá, Calliope tem coisa nova? Tem coisa nova. Medusa corroborou com a história de Asterion. Ela seguiu o Calliope até o relicário, dizendo que fugiu pra lá, já tendo sido atacada. É bizarro, no entanto, o que ela estava fazendo lá. O que ela estava fazendo lá, se a Medusa não está mentindo para mim, fico com Hecate e o Minotauro sendo os únicos ídolos com acesso ao relicário. Ou isso, ou houve uma terceira pessoa que de alguma forma entrou e saiu sem ser detectada. É possível descobrir isso ou eu estou preso agora? Tá, Hermes, acho que não tem nada. Mano, Hermes é uma pessoa que realmente poderia ir pra lá e pra cá, não é? Afrodite não tem nada, né? Apolo acho que também não tem nada ainda. Athena foi citada, né? Perséfone não tem nada também. Meu Deus, por que tá bugando, velho? Pan tem coisas novas. Essa parte aqui de baixo, né? Então, veja só. Pan deu a Calliope a chave do relicário. Ele deu a ela naquela noite. Ele sabia que tinha ido ao relicário mesmo quando me pediu para fazer o seu favor, mas não mencionou nada. Ele está muito mais envolvido em tudo isso do que jamais deixou transparecer. Eu confrontei Pan sobre a chave, mas ele negou tudo. Ele negou ter dado para Calliope. Ué, ele não falou que tinha dado a chave para Calliope naquela noite? Não negou, né? Não negou ter dado pra Calliope. Além do mais, ele admitiu que contou a Medusa para onde Calliope foi logo depois que ela partiu. Ele a traiu. Aí ele afirma que não sabia o que aconteceu com ela no relicário, que me enviou pra descobrir, mas posso acreditar nele? Complicado. Tá, Eros não tem nada novo. Hecate também não, Minotauro não. E agora a Medusa só então, né? Aqui. Medusa não é um ídolo, segundo me disseram. Ela é uma criatura imortal, que era mortal até ser amaldiçoada por Atena, injustamente o que parece ser o tema. Ela acompanha os ídolos para sobreviver, trabalhando para Atenas em troca de sua ajuda. A coisa de transformar pessoas em pedra, totalmente real. Exceto que às vezes ela simplesmente os paralisa, para poder comê-los. Sua maldição inclui uma fome insaciável, eu acho, e pude experimentar isso em primeira mão. Caramba. Ok, já deixa eu puxar aqui para baixo e tirar foto desse outro aqui. A Medusa corroborou mais ou menos o que Astério nos contou. Ela seguiu Calliope até o relicário na noite em que morreu. Por quê? Como Calliope às vezes é um problema, então Medusa fica de olho nela em busca de Atena. Medusa afirma que não a matou, que Calliope fugiu do relicário já tendo sido esfaqueada. Mas por quem? Supondo que Medusa não esteja mentindo descaradamente, ela poderia ter perseguido Calliope ansiosa para comê-la e Calliope simplesmente fugiu. Medusa parece mais aterrorizada com a possibilidade de Athena culpá-la do que qualquer outra coisa. O medo dela parece irreal, então acho que ela está dizendo a verdade. Ok. E aqui acabou, né? Agora a gente tem duas opções: ir para apartamento da Grace ou falar com a Apollo de novo. Vamos para Apollo. Fala as novidades.
Grace, back again so soon. Did you find Medusa after all? You've been on my mind ever since you told me about her.
I did, and it was fine. I told you it would be. Okay, it almost wasn't fine, but it worked out. Nobody got hurt.
I see. Perhaps you'd best tell me what happened then.
Vamos nós contar toda a história.
That sounds like quite the harrowing experience. One that could have gone very poorly indeed.
Você estava preocupado, mas eu não. Eu precisava fazer isso.
I know, but let's focus on the important part of the story.
Which is that Medusa seems to have been cleared. And that brings us back to Pan. Have you confronted him about it?
He admitted to selling out Calliope, but not to killing her. I don't know if I can believe him.
I've never thought of Pan as a liar so much as a manipulator. Still, he would do anything to protect himself. I'll have to give this some thought. Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
Não, obrigado.
Oh, that's
Acabou.
okay. I'll see you later, Apollo.
E no final não teve novidade nenhuma, né? O Apollo aqui foi isso aí. Então vamos pro apartamento. Dia 5 já, falta 2 dias só pra acabar o jogo.
Oh,
Worms.
Hi, Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
That's my name. Where's Freddy?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
Por que você está me procurando? Isso é estranho. Você conhece Fred?
What, you and Freddy are friends now? When did this happen?
O que aconteceu?
When I came looking for you, Friday has this movie that I've never seen. Super cool, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, would you rather not share your mortal friends? Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Eu tenho alguma escolha?
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
She could always come here. Everyone else does.
Athena entered the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
Athena nunca sai de Olympus?
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs.
Hey.
That creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's everywhere. Watching.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
Cavalo de ferros. E... É isso que você faz?
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, you know, extra cool, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can connect any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
Running errands? Como assim? Você gosta de fazer recados? Tá, você conheceu o velho Hermes?
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time, and he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey,
he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
Wait, isn't he still inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
E você fazer recados? Como é que era? Era isso da tradução, não lembro.
Do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job. Why wouldn't I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
Vamos lá, né? Não tem escolha. Aparentemente, né? Aparentemente a gente só pode ir ou pode ir, né? Não tem que falar não. Então bora.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off. Do your thing. Take me to Olympus.
Okay. Oh, when you see Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you know, you got it together really quick.
Thanks, I guess.
Ok, eu realmente sinto que a gente mudou, né? A Grace mudou do começo. Choose your trait. Pera, a gente não pode escolher de novo. O que é isso? A gente vai ter que mudar agora? Acho que a gente vai mudar. Charming, clever. Esse é Grace com sua alma e carisma. Ela tenta fazer o certo. E todo mundo gosta dela por causa disso. E é o que a gente tá fazendo, basicamente. Charme acho que é o que mais encaixa.
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As you like. You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Oh.
I'm uncertain how you got access, but even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
Só sabe de tudo, meu. Eu tenho que provar minha inocência. Você está incomodada. Você sabe o que aconteceu lá.
But you know what happened there. That's where Calliope was attacked.
Yet it's not where she died, Grace, is it?
So because she made it all the way to my apartment, we shouldn't care why she was bleeding to death along the way.
You think our judgment was rash? It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would make it harder in the end. I am sorry, Grace. You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
Agora a gente pode fazer dois tipos de respostas, né, de treat. Você não se importa com nada, assim como você se importou com Medusa, então faça alguma coisa. E o que foi conseguido então?
Do you really? Let's explore where all that caring has gotten them, shall we? You're holding on with a grip so tight, your knuckles are turning white. But that's not enough, is it? Every idol I've met is either lost or broken, or both. They're all slipping through your fingers. If you actually cared about them, you'd do something about it instead of sitting up here worrying about your precious rules.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether. Poseidon was next, walked out into the seas, never to be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered, and by one of our own. The list goes on.
Isso é terrível, então você irá adicionar a isso. Por que você está me dizendo isso?
So you add to it. I show up and you kill me off because you can't be too careful.
We are dying, Grace. I don't mean diminishing or drifting apart. I mean our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
Me desculpe, eu não sabia. É isso?
That's it? That's what you have to say? Sorry we're gonna kill you, but things are dire. Things are tough all over, Athena. Do you really think clamping down on your rules will make it better?
Those rules are our last line of defense against chaos, dear. I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is. If you have any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
Vamos discutir sobre Medusa. Me diga sobre Pan. Quem tem acesso ao relicário? Tá, fala a Medusa primeiro, depois por último vou falar do relicário.
All right, let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
Ela tentou me comer. Você pode tirar a maldição dela, porque ela trabalha pra você.
I just have to know why. Of all the people you could have working for you, why her?
We could have left her behind. I elected to bring her because, in the end, she is my responsibility. But Medusa didn't want charity. She volunteered to work in my service. It's trying at times. Now, if there isn't anything else...
Me diga sobre Pan.
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear. Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Pan lurks at the edges because he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with. Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
Pan é o assassino?
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
Por enquanto.
At the moment, yeah.
I've never thought of Pan as one who would deliberately provoke my ire. But if he saw enough profit in it, thank you, Grace. I'll add them to my list.
E quem tem acesso ao relicário?
Who has access to the reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Doesn't matter. You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
Do mesmo jeito que Calliope conseguiu, Pan me deu. Eu não irei te contar, você está brincando, tá? Do jeito que Calliope conseguiu também.
The same person gave it to me, who gave it to Calliope.
And who gave it to Calliope, then? I see.
Você foi até o relicário, certo?
Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace. I'm sorry.
Eu vou indo.
I guess I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
Will you? Really?
Good luck. Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
Mano, esse negócio de cookie tem alguma coisa. Tá muito sujo esses cookies, não tá não? Muito estranho.
I can't say I'm surprised. Athena has always struggled in a crisis.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it.
Remember, she was a warrior. When pressed, she's always turned to that aspect, sought to maintain absolute control. It'd be hypocritical to say it's wrong of her. She's battled for me as much as for anyone.
Ela está tentando fazer o seu melhor. Eu não preciso de uma lição. Os idols realmente estão morrendo?
Do you think she's telling the truth about the idols dying out?
Yes, though I find it odd she chose to tell you.
Maybe Athena thought, who'd believe Grace if she blabbed about it anyway?
Sadly, while I'd prefer to stay in her good graces, I doubt that will be possible.
Uh-oh, what now?
You may not like this, but you need to go back to the reliquary.
Nossa. Fazer o quê? Isso não é uma boa ideia. Fazer o quê?
What for? Is there something I need to ask Hecate?
Here's the thing. We don't know why Calliope went there, but it must have been important.
Okay, I'll bite. How would I find that out? You think she left clues?
Remember how I told you it'd be years before you got Calliope's memories back? Well, that's true, but not entirely.
Okay.
Those memories are inside you. You go somewhere important to Calliope or touch something special to her, you will get flashes, feelings.
Do you want Grace to go to the reliquary so she can have deja vu?
Whatever happened to Calliope there, it ended her life. All we need to do is uncover those memories.
É, faz sentido. E aí vai lembrar, né, do que aconteceu. E como nós vamos como vamos entrar no relicário? Você tem certeza que irá funcionar?
Last time Freddie and I were
Entrar no
there,
relicário.
Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
Okay. Do you want to ask Athena for permission?
It just seems like a radical step. For you.
A week ago, I would have said that breaking into the reliquary couldn't be done. A week ago, I couldn't have imagined being here. My stance on a lot of things has changed. If you have another idea, however, I'm happy to go along with it.
O relicário tem alarmes. Você tem certeza que vai funcionar? O relicário tem tem certeza que vai funcionar?
Sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
Am I sure? No. No, I'm not.
Oh, that's comforting.
What if Medusa is lying? What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, well, do you have a way we could look into those things without encountering even more lies?
Deja vu it is.
Meu Deus, pareceu um monte de coisa. Não tem outro jeito que nós iremos procurar. Tá, relicário tem alarmes.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Then the alarms bring Asterion and Hecate, and all three of us do a great deal of apologizing.
Let's just hope that's all those alarms do.
Seria bom, né? Se for só isso. Tá, o que eu estarei procurando?
Let's say I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of what happened to Calliope, even a flash. Anything that gives us something to work with.
And if that doesn't happen?
Make it happen, Grace. As if your life depends on it.
I can really see why the idols call you the cheery one.
I'm sorry, but why is she here?
Não tem outro jeito?
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
I think that's kind of the point, Grace.
There isn't much time left, and I'm out of ideas that won't take more time than we have.
Well, there's always running, right?
Grace leaves the city, goes on a world tour, becomes rich and famous. It's just me. Okay then.
Right then. Back to the reliquary it is.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Cool. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I can't go into the reliquary with you. Not without tipping off Hecate. But I won't be far. If anything goes wrong, I will come running. But even so, Grace, please be careful.
Não preciso da sua ajuda, muito atrasado pra isso, eu estarei bem.
You know me. I'm always careful.
Come on, the time for adventure is now.
Be safe. Both of you.
Ok, já vamos direto pra lá então. Nossa, já direto, tá? Fred distrai Hecate, ser honesto com Hecate e esgueirar-se pelo negócio pela entrada dos fundos. Não, vamos ser honestos com Hecate.
Ah, so that is now. Oh, you were expecting us?
It is written that you would come, yes.
Eu já sabia, já.
I kid you not.
Yet it was also written that you would sneak into the reliquary as Calliope did, so this encounter is unanticipated.
Tá, seu livro está errado de novo? Eu não queria me esgueirar, eu tive que fazer isso. Não, seu livro está errado de novo?
This book of yours really isn't as accurate as you make it out to be.
The course it lays out is almost always correct. The smaller things, they are subject to free will and frequently change. However, even without the book, I do understand why you've come. Is there a reason why you believe my answer will be different now?
Eu achava que nós éramos amigos, amigas. Você não quer saber a verdade? Tá, achamos que eram amigos.
I just thought that after last time, we'd become friends.
We still have that movie date. I got a whole lineup for you.
And you believe that I should place friendship above my integrity and my sworn duty?
Well, when you put it that way.
I understand the nature of a favor. I am simply afraid my purpose here is not so easily cast aside. Not for anyone.
Tá, você não quer saber a verdade?
Starion said you don't know why Calliope was here, or what she did.
That is correct.
Don't you want to? Aren't you the least bit curious?
You could say it's your duty to find out, at least so it doesn't happen again, right?
That is an argument not entirely without merit.
Meu Deus, o que aconteceu? Ela ficou menor. Então, nos deixe ir. Se não é o suficiente, nos deixe ir.
Then let me try. I'll accept whatever conditions you want, Hecate. I'm begging you.
You will regret this. That is also written.
That is a yes.
Go quickly. Look, but do not touch. The reliquary stores many artifacts, some dangerous.
Got it.
A gente realmente vai entrar no relicário agora.
Okay, Grace. What the heck do you do now?
Agora tem 50 bilhões de livros pra procurar.
All the times to not have Freddy around. She'd love this. First things first, how do I do this? Where do I even start? Calliope must have been here. She could have stood in this very spot. Maybe if I just focus.
Uhum. Estamos tendo memórias. Nossa, tem tipo um altar, né?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've definitely been here before.
Olha lá. As coisas dos deuses. Tem até o tridente. Um ovo, instrumento, máscara, tridente, maçã, galho, pergaminho e estátua. Vamos do começo. Ovo.
I don't get any feeling from that. Will I know it when I see it?
Mas que inclusive o negócio é muito coisa do Assassin's Creed também, né? Qual é? Os artefatos do Éden lá. Instrumento.
Is that a weapon? A musical instrument? Maybe it's both.
Máscara.
What did Freddy say about mazes? Was it always go left? Or go left and then go right?
Tridente.
Is this an armory too?
Maçã.
Freddy, are you out there? Can you hear me? What am I doing? All that'll do is tell everyone where I am.
Pior que parece que a gente realmente... O certo seria a gente entrar realmente escondido, né? Mas não foi o nosso caso. Também que não fez sentido agora, né? Tipo, ela gritar e falar, não, mas eu tô revelando pra... que eu estou aqui também. Tipo, eu não devia estar gritando. É que whatever. A Hecate já sabe.
They should really charge for tours. It's kind of amazing.
Pergaminho. E o espelho é novo, isso daqui não apareceu não.
I don't even know what language that is. Shouldn't that be in a museum somewhere?
E o espelho que eu acho que a gente vai... Tipo o espelho de Orsted, sei lá.
This is it. Calliope was here. She was standing right here. And she...
Meu Deus.
Uh-oh.
Me desculpe, vocês trabalham pra Hecate, nós podemos conversar sobre isso.
I don't suppose there's any chance you'll put those knives away.
Será que foi isso daí que acertou a Hecate, então? Foram esses manequins, sei lá o que é isso. Provavelmente.
What's happening? Why didn't it work?
Não são pessoas, isso daí. São bonecos. Ainda bem que não tem escolha, né? Pra gente achar o caminho, senão eu ia me perder, certeza. A Fred, ué?
Freddy! We've got to run! My powers don't work on them, they just keep coming!
Ela tá olhando. Meu Deus, o que a Frey tá fazendo?
No, I won't let you! Freddy!
Mas por quê? Que ela entrou na frente. que ela achou que fosse acontecer? Meu Deus.
Oh, God. Oh, God, Freddy.
E a história se repete.
Oh no. Oh, Grace.
You summoned the Furies.
What?
Those beings were the Furies, beyond all our laws. Not idols, but the embodiment of retribution. How did you draw them here?
I didn't. There was a big mirror, but I didn't even touch it.
There is only one mirror of which you could be speaking. That used by the goddess Nyx to contact the Fates. Using the mirror would not have brought the Furies down upon you. Not unless the Fates themselves decreed it.
Fates, Furies. Você precisa ajudar Fred, precisa ajudar Fred.
Hear what brought them. They killed Freddy. You need to help her.
I have no power over life and death, Grace. None of us have that. This was no defense or spell of the reliquaries. I do not have the power to summon the Furies, and I know none who do. You should consider yourself fortunate, Grace. They do not desist until retribution has been exacted. But now is when you leave. Pray the knowledge you obtained was worth the price.
Você pode dizer isso? Me ajuda, Apolo. Eu não vou abandonar Fred. Me ajuda, Apolo.
Apollo, there has to be something we can do.
Grace, I'm so sorry.
No, it's not right.
We have to leave. We have to leave now.
A gente vai simplesmente deixar ela aí. Ok, dia 5. Onde eu deveria ir agora? Deixa eu ver, vamos ver as novidades aqui. Ai, meu Deus, viu? Isso não pode estar acontecendo. Fred, ela se foi. Eu sabia que deveria ter deixado ela continuar. Eu não deveria ter deixado ela continuar vindo comigo, mas não achei que ela pudesse morrer. Fred sacrificou sua vida, pra mim. Ele impediu que as fúrias me matassem e é minha culpa que ela esteja morta. O que vou fazer agora? Tá, temos coisa de Calliope, provavelmente, né? Aqui, nova ideia, né? Novo plano. Tudo bem, então o novo plano é voltar ao Relicário, invadir a parte onde Calliope foi na noite em que morreu e espero lembrar de algo sobre o que pode ter acontecido com ela. É um tiro no escuro e não tenho ideia de como será relembrar as memórias de outra pessoa, mas tenho que tentar. E funcionou. Tipo... Deixa eu pegar a parte de baixo já. E funcionou, quase. Calliope foi ao Relicário naquela noite para contatar o destino com o espelho mágico, mas ela nunca teve a chance de falar com eles. Assim como eu, ela foi atacada pelas fúrias, não pelos ídolos, mas por personificações da retribuição. Eles fazem cumprir as leis antigas dos ídolos, do tipo que Zeus costumava comandar, que certamente morreu com ele. Ao contrário de mim, as fúrias devem ter esfaqueado Calliope antes dela fugir, o que... Isso não me diz por que ela precisava tanto entrar em contato com o destino. Também não me diz quem enviou as fúrias atrás dela em primeiro lugar e depois atrás de mim. Segundo Hecate, nenhum dos ídolos tem esse tipo de poder. Considerando o preço que pagamos, eu realmente gostaria que tivéssemos aprendido mais. Tá, a gente tem coisinhas sobre Hermes também, né? Que ele levou a gente lá no... na Atena de novo, né? Cadê? Fala, Silent, boa noite, valeu pela moitinha, seja muito bem-vindo. Vou deixar lá na moitinha. O John abriu, quem mais tem pra gente deixar na moitinha? O Doug abriu. Eles respondem pelo menos uma pergunta sobre como apareceram tão rapidamente no apartamento. Aparentemente, quando um ídolo morre, Hermes tem que estar lá. Quem quer que seja Hermes na época, eu acho. Eles foram meio calados sobre isso, mas eles simplesmente sabem. História estranha, mas o que mais há de novo? Vocês acreditariam que Hermes é o ídolo há apenas um ano? Mas daqui a gente já viu também, né? Mas pra baixo. Convidou a encontrar Perséfone, ok. Aqui, voltando ao apartamento, aqui. Tinha que ter uma parte assim, tipo, né, um destacado, que é coisa nova, né? Seria bom. Volto ao apartamento e quem tá me esperando? Hermes. Não porque eles entraram através de algum portal mágico. Fred os deixou entrar. Ela e Hermes são o quê? Amigos agora? Isso é estranho. Eu disse que Hermes estava desconfiado. Conversei um pouco com eles no apartamento e, honestamente, eles parecem ser o ídolo menos suspeito de todos até agora. Sério, sempre disposto a ajudar. O mundo precisa de mais um ou dois Hermes. A Afrodite não vai ter nada, né? Eu imagino. Apolo deve ter coisa. Não tem. Atena tem. Ok, aqui de baixo. No meio da semana que ela me deu, Atena me chama ao seu escritório para, não tenho certeza, desculpar-se, me dar um sermão. Ela não ficou feliz com a minha visita ao relicário, claro, mas principalmente ela queria me contar como os ídolos estão morrendo, como morrer de verdade, perder a imortalidade, a coisa toda. Tá, foi ela que tinha comentado isso. Isso deve ser difícil para seres que existem desde sempre, mas isso deveria justificar o julgamento? Atena não pode se arriscar com um usurpador humilde como eu, manchando o grande legado do ídolo enquanto ele se põe silenciosamente? Ela é como a professora rígida, que realmente quer ser a professora legal, mas simplesmente não consegue se conter. Apolo explicou o comportamento de Atena. Ela é a maníaca por controle total, claro, mas foi assim que ela manteve os ídolos vivos por tanto tempo, porque ela não contou aos ídolos que eles estavam morrendo. Apolo realmente não sabia dizer. Perséfone não tem nada, então... Eu acho que então se a gente tivesse escolhido a Perséfone, ela que estaria acompanhando a gente toda a história, né? Não o Apolo. Pan... Teve coisa com Pan, não, né? Eros já foi também. Hecate deve ter alguma coisinha nova. Eu realmente espero que Hecate não se arrependa de ter me deixado entrar no relicário, considerando o que aconteceu depois. Ela ficou tão brava quando eu saí. Os ídolos eventualmente se acalmam, certo? Ela ficou brava? Ela não parecia ficar brava, não. Medusa não tem nada, né? Nem Vênus. E Fred, né? Cadê? Ah, Galera. Então é isso, vamos continuando. Voltar pro apartamento de Grace. Dia 5, já estamos... Falta 2 dias pra acabar. Terminamos o ato 2, agora o ato 3, então provavelmente o ato final.
Grace, I'm sorry. I know what Freddie meant to you.
Nós deixamos ela lá. O que aconteceu? Como isso aconteceu? Não, você não. Devia ter sido eu.
It should have been me, not her. This was my fight, my problem. I'm already slated to die. If anyone paid the price...
And repeat history? Would you rather have died there, passing your eidolon onto Freddie instead? Freddie gave you a chance.
Pra que realmente acontecer isso, né?
Grace, is that what happened to Calliope? Was she attacked by the Furies as you were?
Provavelmente.
She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
The Furies. Sent by the same person, I imagine.
Quem pode comandar os Furies? As fúrias, né? Eu posso traduzir já como fúrias. E o que Calliope estava tentando fazer?
I know Calliope was there to use the mirror, but it was just feeling. I still don't understand why.
Well, apparently she wanted to speak to the fates.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The fates are primordial beings, like the Furies. They're said to control destiny. Perhaps Calliope wished to know her destiny. Or change it. I'm not sure.
E o destino é poderoso?
Can these fates really control the future?
They're tied into fate, as I am. Perhaps they're even where my power stems from, or how Hecate's books are written.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with them.
Or you, apparently.
Could it have been the fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
I doubt it. If they didn't want to answer the mirror, I'm certain they simply wouldn't.
Tá, quem pode comandar as fúrias?
Who could send the Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
Even in our prime, none of the idols had the Furies at our beck and call. Perhaps Zeus, but he's long gone. I honestly didn't know the Furies still existed.
Clearly someone can do it.
I mean, unless they weren't sent. Unless they were responding to something else, something you'd done unwittingly. I'm sorry, I'm afraid your guess is as good as mine.
O que são as fúrias? Por que as fúrias pararam? E eu não sei mais, tá? O que são as fúrias?
What are the Furies? They didn't seem like people.
They're not. Hecate called them embodiments of retribution, and I suppose that's the best description. They go back to, well, the time before my memory. I was once told they were created to enforce the most ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Decrees one couldn't break, written in blood. Laws even idols abided by in the days of old Olympus. But those surely died with Zeus. Even if they hadn't, you can't have broken any. They're not easy to overlook.
Tá, por que pararam?
The Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddy and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They're enforcers of the old laws. I imagine they decided the debt was paid, whatever it was, when blood was spilled. The blood didn't have to be yours.
So if Freddy hadn't interfered...
Then they would have come after you. And they wouldn't have stopped until they were through. Not ever.
Tá, se eu apenas soubesse mais...
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the Fates.
Ai, percebe.
Ask them. You too have caused quite the stir. Hecate is beside herself, and Athena is out of her mind. Well done.
How long have you been listening?
Long enough to know that you need another way to speak to the Fates, unless you're planning on trying the reliquary again.
No, not a chance. We'll find the truth on our own, Persephone.
If you sent Grace to wander about looking for Calliope's memories, you're already out of options.
Por que você está aqui? Que outro jeito? Pare de lutar. Por que você está aqui?
Why are you here, Persephone? You made it clear you didn't want to help me.
Oh, she doesn't. What she wants is to help herself.
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time. I thought not. The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades, the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
Nós podemos... Overthrow? O que é overthrow mesmo? Derrubar a Hades. Como nós iremos encontrar o seu trono?
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key, like the reliquary?
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
Não, é Hermes, onde pode ir em qualquer lugar.
You ask them to? So your promise to help Grace was an empty one? Step up, for once, and do what she needs you to do. Get us there. I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the Fates. It's simple.
Tá, nós podemos derrubar Hades.
Is that something we can do? Just go to the land of the dead and overthrow it?
De Hades não tá mais, né?
There isn't much to overthrow. Few mortals still believe in Hades, and thus its halls have been nearly empty for eons.
So how do you...
The throne itself is the key, both symbolically and literally. Claim it, and Hades is yours.
But you can't claim it because you're barred from Hades.
By a rule that we would need to break were we to do this, yes.
Ok. Valeu, Luiz. Valeu pela moitinha. Na moitinha também. Estaremos quebrando regras?
So if we go to Hades and find your throne, how much trouble would that get us into exactly?
A great deal.
It's not as if Athena could execute Grace a second time.
But she's already been warned about breaking more rules.
The responsibility of this will be mine. Let Athena try to take my throne again.
Não tem outro jeito?
Is there really no other way to talk to these fates? Do we have to take the nuclear option?
Do you want to try going back to the reliquary?
No. No, hell no.
The only other person with a direct connection to the Fates is Apollo here.
You know it doesn't work like that.
Then it's the throne or nothing, isn't it?
Ok, e como é que eu... a gente provavelmente teria um dos dois, né? Não tem, é impossível aqui não ter alguma escolha, então vamos lá.
Okay. No need to keep selling me on it, I'm in.
You are?
Yeah. I need to punch something really hard. Or overthrow hell. I'm good with either of those things.
Did you see that, Apollo? You see, that is what a backbone looks like.
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
And consider this, Apollo. Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies, according to the old laws.
Her soul is in Hades.
Hades não estava vazio? Então eles estão cuidando Hades como o inferno, né? Não como o deus lá. O que você quer dizer? You should have led with that. Você devia ter... Não, deixa eu traduzir daqui direito. Deveria ter me contado, né? Devia ter me contado sobre isso.
Wait, what? Freddy's in Hades? What? Persephone, why didn't you lead with that?
I didn't want it to seem like I was playing on your sympathy, Grace.
But you'll play on mine. Fine. I'll get you into Hades. But I'm not going with you.
If that's what you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
Nossa, a gente realmente vai. É o que? É uma construção também?
Shall I wait here, or...?
No. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace, and, Persephone. Wow, the whole gang, huh?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone to Hades.
Oh, man, I don't know. Athena specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
This is pointless. They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
É pra salvar Fred, você não estará em problema. Pra salvar Fred.
Freddy's dead, Hermes.
What? When did that happen?
She was killed by the Furies. That means she's in Hades. Probably. I have to try to find her there. You're her friend too. I know you wouldn't want to abandon her.
Trabalhando a empatia dele.
Okay.
Porta-mala do carro, coloca até porta-mala.
Come back.
You sure?
Yeah, feels like the right thing.
Be careful, Grace. And remember, the underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think I can tell her the rules, Apollo. Let's go.
Realmente qualquer porta, né? Pode ser um portão. Até um porta-mala funciona.
Welcome to the real underworld.
Ok, realmente a gente tá no submundo.
Wow.
Eu estou me sentindo no jogo Hades lá, inclusive.
It feels so empty. So lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile. I fully expect he'll be waiting for us.
Por que você não mencionou... Não mencionou ele? Quem é Orpheus?
Who is this Orpheus? The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a popular tale among mortals, regarding how he once came to the underworld to retrieve his love.
Ah, lembrei.
Left with nothing. Hades tricked him, you see, and with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours?
He is not a fan, no. Not that it matters.
Por que você não mencionou ele antes? Não mencionou ele.
You mentioned earlier that the throne was occupied?
Because it's irrelevant. Orpheus isn't an idol. He's just an angry little man clinging to an existence that doesn't want him any longer.
And what are we supposed to do? Organize an armed resistance? Challenge him to a duel?
That's what you're here for.
I'm gonna fight him?
Oh, you'll see.
Bom, vai ser uma batalha de... de canto, né? Tá, let's get on. Vamos pra lá. Parece empolgante.
So there's gonna be a fight? Good. I need something to punch.
Don't get too excited, Grace. Orpheus is hardly a worthy foe.
Really? Even though he took your throne?
He took an empty throne after I left. That does not make him a king. Just someone else that's in my way.
Eu tô usando mais esse negócio aqui agora, né?
Our way, you mean?
Yes,
Do que antes.
in our way.
Ok, vambora.
Okay, so there's an angry ghost sitting on your throne. Anything else about this trip you've neglected to mention?
Come. It's time to cross the Styx.
É. O rio extingue. Quem que é o barqueiro?
The ferryman will come soon. As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage. State your case clearly and with determination.
Achei que ia ser um barquinho, não. É um barcão gigantesco. Meu Deus, ele é gigante também.
I am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Core Sotiera, once queen of the underworld, and shall be again.
Nossa, o nome dela.
No, Corone, I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
Caronte. Eu estou com Persephone, eu estou aqui pra salvar Fred, eu sou a última musa.
Hey there. I'm Grace, idol and last of the muses. Is that enough?
Eu não falei o motivo, né?
She's a muse. Why would she lie about such a thing? He says he's always liked the muses and that you're very pretty. No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Corone. Stop asking.
O cara quer jogar, ele tá há muito tempo sozinho, ele quer jogar com alguma coisa. Nós podemos encontrar alguma coisa pra jogar. Ele é sempre assim e eu não estou no... Tá, podemos encontrar alguma coisa pra jogar.
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something to amuse him. See?
É todo feliz aí.
Yes, what fun. Thank you for...
Paga de durão, né? Mal aparência durona, mas ele...
Let's get underway, Corone.
Pessoa normal.
Long ride to the throne room.
Só quer se divertir pra passar o tempo. Divirte cantando.
I wouldn't touch that. Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse. Every story. Every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise, swallow the anger, tears in my eyes. Then suddenly I was found alone. I destroyed Hades, but was denied his throne. Is fading away. She needs her queen.
We're here for Freddy, too.
I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me.
I don't know much about suffering. You've seen your life disappear. I lost a friend. If I could find her again. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
É o Orfeu esse?
Someone's
É.
There's music floating through. Someone's coming. And it has me singing too. We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us.
That would be Orpheus.
Is he a muse?
Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
You
coming.
better be ready.
A wolf is waiting in the tomb.
He's a master of his
Someone's
craft.
coming.
We have to take
I
back
can feel them howling at the moon.
what is mine. Forget why we came here.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been.
What happened to the music?
A música parou. Ah, ele vai mudar a música.
I have been waiting for you, Persephone, for so long. And you brought a muse. Hi. Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Benny.
Coitado do Benny.
To my underworld. Let me treat you to a song. A welcome gift. I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse. Any requests? Questions?
My friend is dead. Can you help me?
A gente tá fazendo exatamente a mesma história do Orpheus, agora que eu percebi, só que
The river keeps secret.
o Orpheus foi atrás da esposa, né, da amada.
How far do you sink till you're buried below? I challenged the fates and found my Eurydice, but you had to kill her, and I won't let it go. You're asking the wrong person.
I hear your torment and your suffering. They made your love disappear. I lost a friend. If I can find her again, that's why I'm here.
That's why I'm here.
That's why I'm here.
Orpheus, you're here for you are stubborn.
This is when you say you're certain you had no control. But I saw you smiling when your husband condemned my soul.
The throne was stolen after I murdered the king. You should be grateful and thank me for everything, and yet you scream like a boy. You kick the ground. I was a slave.
Eurydice is gone because you did nothing.
Orpheus, there was nothing I could do.
I saw your whispers, poison behind your king.
Wasn't me.
If I cannot have my revenge, you're the next best thing.
His bark is louder than anyone's bite, and he's no match for your godly might.
You're right, killing is so unbecoming.
That's never stopped you before.
I did what I had to, Bard.
As do I, my former queen. As do I. I spent millennia wondering if I hadn't tried to interfere.
You'd be with her now.
But how? I made a young and stubborn vow. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
You both exist somewhere on the border between real and imagined, the living, the dead. So how can this place be everything you dreamed of? You both deserve more. You must let it go. You both deserve more than this stupid throne.
Ok, foi? Acabou. Foi rápido a música até, hein?
We have been fools.
You're right. Yet, what about the throne? We can't just leave it empty, can we?
Pegar o trono pra gente, destruir o trono, olha. Meu Deus, as escolhas. Fala Central, boa noite, valeu pela moitinha. Fala Eliton, como é que você tá? Tudo certo? Seja muito bem-vindo. Deixar os S2 aqui. É a Maria, exatamente. Mano, esse trono aí aparentemente só tá dando ruim, né? A gente, apesar de a gente precisar do trono, precisa. Mas esse trono é o que tá causando toda a discórdia do negócio, velho. Destruiu o trono.
All that going around in circles, digging up old wounds, and for what? So you can fight over a chair. There.
You dare. What gives you the right to interfere in this manner? That throne was not yours to break.
O trono é inútil, me desculpe, eu tive que fazer uma coisa. O trono é inútil.
Look around you, Persephone. Hades is empty. That chair you wanted so badly, it doesn't matter anymore.
It mattered to me. I paid for that throne with tears and blood, Grace. With years of humiliation you know nothing about. I thought we could help each other, but no, you would rather lecture me.
Ele tá ajudando.
So what's your plan now, Grace? I assume you must have one after that big demonstration.
Eu não sei, nós temos que encontrar o destino, eu vou encontrar a Fred.
You said Freddy was here, right? Then we should be able to find her. We just need to look.
Let's say you do. Okay, what then? You expect to walk out of Hades with her spirit in tow?
Why not? It would have worked for Orpheus if he hadn't looked back, right?
Ah, é, de não olhar pra trás, é verdade, eu tinha esquecido desse detalhe.
Way to free someone from the land of the dead. Not for Orpheus, and certainly not for you.
And the Fates?
Even if you could contact them, Grace, I assure you, they simply wouldn't care.
Eu te odeio, você com certeza me enganou, então é isso.
That's it then. We came here for nothing.
I doubt the Fates would have responded even to the mirror, Grace. And the boundaries of death cannot be commanded away. Not even by the ruler of Hades.
Then what is this throne good for? Just a fancy chair? Bragging rights?
At the very least, I had hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
Why? We can't bring her back.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear. Yet you might have spoken to her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
Você destruiu o trono de Hades.
Hey.
Achou.
Freddy, you're here.
Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived. It's not like there's much else going on.
Fred,
No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
Mas por que eu desejo que a gente pudesse voltar. Eu não queria envolver você.
You shouldn't even have been there. I never should have gotten you involved.
Hey, no. You didn't get me involved. I got myself involved.
Yeah, and look what happened.
I got to be the hero of the story. Just for one shining moment. How cool is that?
This isn't a story, Fred.
Huh? You're wrong. It is a story. And you need to finish it. Without me. Hey, no.
I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really need to meet.
Oh, yeah. Então não foi todo em vão, realmente.
Calliope? This... You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace.
My Eidolon is inside Grace. The rest of me... I'm here, Persephone.
This is real.
Eu acho que vocês não eram apenas amigas. Eu ainda estou confuso sobre a alma. Tá, ainda estou confuso sobre a alma.
I don't get it. I thought the Eidolon was Calliope's soul. But if...
Pior que eu não pensava isso não, eu achava justamente Era separado.
Idol, but it's not our soul. Each of us adds a piece to it as it passes on.
But what about the memories?
The memories are but a reflection. And after the Eidolon is passed on, old memories become a reflection of a reflection. That's why the idols have forgotten so much. You knew this truth once, Persephone. Long ago.
Eu acho que vocês não eram apenas amigas. Valeu ele, então valeu pelo S2. Fala, Mikael, boa noite. Como é que você tá, mano? Tudo certo? É muito bem-vindo. Muito obrigado, Henrique, também pela moitinha. Agradecido. Não eram apenas amigas, né? Aparentemente.
Guess you two were better acquainted than you said. Huh, Persephone?
We parted ways years ago. Persephone couldn't take my lectures any longer.
I'd take them now. I miss them.
No, you don't. Think about how bitterly we argued at the end. Don't blame yourself. Not when there are so many fond memories to cherish instead.
Nos diga o que aconteceu.
We need to know what happened to you, Calliope. How did you die?
Why didn't you come to me? If you were in trouble, I would have protected you.
I know you would have, but I couldn't let you be drawn into Apollo's prophecy as well.
Apollo's prophecy?
He didn't tell you? No, I don't suppose he could have. It's a long story.
Vamos começar com Apolo. Nós temos muito tempo. Então apenas nos diga quem tá. Nós temos muito tempo.
I don't know about you, but I have all the time in the world. Okay, yeah, bad joke.
Meu Deus, é horrível.
Do need to hear this.
Apollo delivered, with great reluctance, a prophecy that said I needed to die.
And who did he deliver this prophecy to?
Athena.
No.
Then she sent the Furies after me when I went to the reliquary. I barely escaped. I fled back to the mortal world. To you.
Porque eu... me diga sobre essa profecia e por que eu?
Why come to me? Of all the places you could have run to, why come to my apartment?
Because I was dying.
But I couldn't save you. I barely even knew you.
I was wandering the streets that night, wondering if I should go to the reliquary or just flee. And I heard you singing. I followed you home after to see where you lived. I didn't know what would happen to me, but I thought, just in case, I knew I had to hold out until I reached you.
Aí ela seguiu. Você não me deu escolha, obrigada. Nada disso é sua culpa. Como você se atreve a me levar nisso? Tá. Não é como você não me deu escolha.
I wish you hadn't. You didn't give me any choice.
I wanted to. I thought I would at least have time to explain.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have believed you.
The Furies, they kept coming. It was all I could do just to reach you. I am so sorry, Grace. I truly did not mean for it to be like this.
Me diga da profecia.
Apollo hates using his power. Why would he have given a prophecy to Athena?
Because she demanded it. She was desperate.
How did you even find out?
Apollo was horrified after he delivered the prophecy, and he refused to stay silent. And he came to warn me. He was torn. Telling me meant I was locked into it. I still think he did the right thing. Though I expect he disagrees.
Tá, e o que a profecia dizia?
What was the prophecy? Surely I need to hear it.
If I tell you, you'll be locked into it, just like me.
But the prophecy doesn't just say you have to die. There's more to it, right? They always require interpretation.
Apollo told Athena that. He begged her not to jump to conclusions, but maybe she was right.
Nos diga... É sobre eu também. Ela não pode. Tá sobre mim também?
It doesn't just involve you, does it? It involves me. It must, or you wouldn't hesitate.
Basicamente.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols. The answer was this. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives.
And I'm the last muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
E por que você foi no relicário?
Why did you go to the reliquary? We know about the mirror, but...
You wanted to annul the prophecy.
And the Fates are the only ones who could, if they would even help me. I doubted it, but I was desperate. I never got the chance to ask. Someone told Athena where I was going, and she must have realized what I meant to do.
But how did she get the Furies to attack you? They aren't pets. You didn't break any of the old laws.
I don't know. Maybe it's something the ruler of the idols can do. But you'd have to ask Athena.
Tá, você foi até Pan pela chave?
You went to Pan for the key to the reliquary, right?
Yes. He's the reason I knew about Nyx's mirror, actually. He told me about it long ago.
He told Medusa where you went. She, I expect, told Athena.
Oh, Pan couldn't have known what it would mean. I didn't explain.
That's it. You forgive him, just like that.
I'm sure he feels guilty enough, my love.
My love. Tá, Apolo devia ter nos contado, agora nós sabemos a verdade. Você culpa a Athena e a Athena irá pagar. Agora nós sabemos a verdade.
That's it then. Now we know the whole truth.
We need to confront Athena. Apollo, too, for not telling us what she'd done.
If he had, Grace would have been locked into the same fate as Calliope.
We don't know that.
Isso não é justo, que agora eu acho que é isso. Isso não é justo.
It isn't fair, Freddy. This isn't how it's supposed to go.
So many years of history, the fights, the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud of you, but it's time to go. I never truly saw before how trapped we were, so far from shore. Great at the time, but it's time to go. It's time to go. Will I know where to go without you to guide the way across the storming seas? I've had a compass bright and clear. Listen to me when I say, whatever path from which you think you strayed, you will find your way. But it's time to go. It's time to go. If I could bring you back choose a muse.
You would give up godhood to bring her back.
Any day, every day, a life for a life. Farishta, please stay.
Grace, no. It's time.
Respeitar a decisão dela.
Grace, I know that this is hard, but I made a choice for my bard. Hurled a lot of 20s, but it's time. It's time to go. It's time to go.
Bom, e provavelmente então, mesmo se a gente tivesse entregue ali o Eidolon, provavelmente ela teria voltado, mas a gente obviamente não ia mais estar, né? Como deusa. Mas a gente não ia morrer também, né? Não é como se a gente estivesse entregando nossa alma.
And I see Freddy isn't with you. I'm so sorry, Grace. Did you at least get to speak to the Fates?
No.
Then what happened?
Eu sei que você mentiu. Nós encontramos Calliope e ninguém consegue o que quer. Valeu, pastel. Valeu pela moitinha. E valeu, Mackenzie, pelos confete. Agradecido pelas mana. Encontramos Calliope.
Then we found Calliope.
Calliope, but her Eidolon is inside you. How
It
could...
doesn't work like that. The Eidolon is only a part of an idol. The rest just...
Calliope told us what happened. The prophecy. How you warned her. How you've been lying to us. You knew. You knew the truth this entire time. Even when you said you were helping Grace.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Eu entendo por quê. Porque me ajudar. Diga tudo.
Is there more you haven't told me? Did you know about the Furies as well?
No. I didn't know how Calliope died.
But you knew Athena was behind it.
I thought I could nudge you in the right direction. Help you find the truth without learning about the prophecy.
Well, you failed. We know it now.
Then it's done. You're locked into it.
Isn't the prophecy open to interpretation? Couldn't you be wrong about how it ends?
When am I not wrong, Grace?
That's right. Leave. It's what you're best at.
E vazou mesmo.
I don't know how this will affect your trial. We could tell them what we've learned. Even without proof, it makes enough sense that Athena couldn't just brush it off. But if she believes you need to die in order to save the idols, if she truly believes that, it won't matter what anyone says.
Pode a profecia ser verdade? Então eu irei lutar sobre o que aconteceu. Então a profecia pode ser verdade?
Do you think the prophecy could be true? That in order for the idols to live...
It didn't say live. It said continue. That word bothers me.
Athena seems pretty certain what it means.
Athena sees what she wants. I don't know that I agree with her. And I won't just give in like Apollo. When you go to the trial, I'll back your play, up to and including overthrowing Athena. Calliope would approve.
But what about...
Just so you understand, our chances aren't good. I suggest you do whatever necessary to prepare.
Great.
Ok, acho que a gente tá perto do final do jogo agora, hein? Agora vai ser a parte final, provavelmente, dia 7. É minha última chance pra falar com todo mundo antes do trial. Qual que é o trial mesmo? Esqueci a palavra de trial. Confrontar Pan, confrontar Persephone. Tá, antes, né? Vamos ver as novidades, né? O que temos de novo aqui? Da Freddy, temos coisas, né? Eu fiz a coisa de Orfeu. Fui ao submundo para resgatar Fred, mas era mentira. Não havia como recuperá-la e, além do mais, Fred não queria. Ela escolheu sacrificar, disse ela, e ela não iria voltar atrás. Pelo menos consegui dizer adeus. Sentirei muita falta dela. Tem coisa da Calliope novo, né? Daqui a gente viu? Essa parte aqui acho que a gente não viu não, hein? Novo plano. Então o novo plano é este. Eu vou pro Hades, né? Hades, com Persephone, sim, o verdadeiro submundo e a Terra dos Mortos. E nós recuperamos o trono dela. Isso nos permitirá não apenas conversar com o Destino e descobrir o que Calliope queria com eles, mas também trazer Fred de volta. Parece ótimo, desde que eu possa confiar em Persephone. Ela simplesmente apareceu de novo para fazer a sugestão e Apollo fica muito desconfiado disso. Acho que veremos. Para a parte de baixo. Quanto ao que aprendemos no submundo, puta merda. Calliope estava lá. Eu acho que a alma dela e o Eidolon são coisas separadas, que nem Persephone sabia. O importante é que Calliope estava lá e eu pude falar com ela. Ela nos contou tudo. Foi Athena. Ela recebeu uma profecia de Apolo para salvar os ídolos e por isso invocou as fúrias. Ela consegue fazer isso para matar Calliope, para tentar evitar que isso aconteça. Os ídolos não podem continuar enquanto a última musa viver. Eu me tornei a última musa após a morte de Calliope e agora Athena me quer morta. Para manter os ídolos seguros? Isso é enorme. Tá, Hermes, tem coisa nova, acho, né? Eu disse que Hermes estava com desconfiado, tá, daqui a gente já viu, né? Apolo nos levou até Hermes. Hermes lhe deve um favor, algo sobre roubar 50 vacas? Pra perguntar se eles trariam Persephone e eu pra o Hades. E eles concordaram, mesmo sabendo que isso era contra as regras e poderia causar problemas. Hermes é o melhor. Aí a Afrodite acho que não tem novo, né? Nem nada novo. Apolo, temos muitas coisas novas, eu acho. Aqui, a partir dessa parte. Ele sabia, Apolo sabia quem era o assassino o tempo todo. Athena veio até ele pedindo uma profecia sobre como salvar os ídolos e ele deu a ela. Mas não faz sentido. Se Apolo sabia da profecia, por que ele impediu Athena de me matar logo no início? Por que ele me ajudou? Calliope disse que ele está mentindo para me proteger, para me impedir de compartilhar seu destino. Mas eu conheço a profecia agora, então seja ela qual for, eu estou preso a ela. E todas as mentiras de Apolo foram em vão. Acho que teremos uma conversa muito séria quando eu voltar. Tentei falar com Apolo quando voltei para o apartamento e dar-lhe o benefício da dúvida, mas não foi muito longe. Ele basicamente admitiu tudo que Calliope disse e saiu depois de um monte de desculpas. Se eu quiser ter uma discussão real sobre isso, terá que ser na casa de praia dele. Então temos coisas novas da Athena, eu acho, né? Explicou a da Athena. Tá, a partir daqui. Apolo explicou o comportamento de Athena. Ela é maníaca... Não, daqui já viu. É o de baixo, então. Bem, temos o nosso assassino. Foi Athena o tempo todo. Ouvimos isso diretamente da própria Calliope. Athena foi até Apolo para receber uma profecia sobre como salvar os ídolos. Os ídolos não podem continuar enquanto a última musa viver. Calliope foi a última musa, uma das musas. Então fui eu. Então tivemos que ir. Ela está preocupada comigo desde o início. Ela nunca teve a intenção de me deixar viver, não importa o que fizesse. O problema é que eu não tenho exatamente provas disso. De alguma forma, duvido que Athena recusasse mesmo que eu fizesse. E aparentemente ela também pode convocar as fúrias. Você sabe, a personificação da retribuição. Na qual meus poderes não funcionam. Isso vai ser um problema, não é? Ok, Perséfone também tem coisa nova, né? Nossa, tem muita coisa. Acho que é aqui, né? Between Apollo, aqui. The Underworld, Hoping... Tá, não. Daqui a gente voltou lá. Underworld é o nome do bar dela, né? Agora aqui. Finalmente explicou... Como ela fugiu. Beleza. Exceto que são uma mentira. Eu acho que é a partir daqui. Exceto que era mentira. Tudo isso. Perséfone aparecendo no apartamento era ela tentando conseguir exatamente o que queria, assim como Apolo suspeitava. Será que tinha uma coisa pra cima? Mission to escape from the underworld with Hades on hills. E aí ele não ajudou, tá? Não, tá certo. É aqui mesmo. Eu não podia deixá-lo escapar impune. Então eu meio que destruí o trono. Não sabia o que poderia fazer, mas puf, foi-se. Ninguém está governando Hades agora. Não que ainda haja muito pra governar. Perséfone ficou furiosa, porque é dela. E isso é tudo com que ela se importa. Mas vamos encarar os fatos. Ela merecia. Por outro lado, descobri que Perséfone e Calliope estavam apaixonadas. Elas não eram amigas, era um casal. Acho que eles terminaram há alguns anos, mas a maneira como Perséfone agiu desde o início faz muito sentido até agora. Faz muito sentido agora, no caso. Tentei falar com Perséfone assim que voltamos pro apartamento, mas ela não aceitou. Se eu quiser resolver isso, eu teria que caçá-la pra qualquer bem que isso faria. Ok, tem coisa do Pen pra falar? É aqui, né? Temos uma coisinha assim. Acontece que Pan não estava mentindo. Ele é inocente? Não. Ele era o assassino? Não. Ele vendeu Calliope e disse a Medusa onde ela estava indo. Medusa provavelmente... No caso, ela vendeu Calliope e disse a Medusa para onde ela estava indo. Medusa provavelmente contou a Athena, então Athena convocou as fúrias para matar Calliope. Mas Pan provavelmente não tinha ideia de que isso aconteceria. Acho que é bom saber toda a verdade, finalmente. Tá, Eros acho que não vai ter nada novo, né? Hecate também acho que não. Minotauro também não. Medusa também não. Vênus e Orfeus então, né? Você conhece aquela história de Orfeu e Eurídice? Como Orfeu vai pro submundo para recuperar seu amor e Hades diz, tudo bem, mas apenas se você nunca olhar para trás até a superfície. Pouco antes da saída, Orfeu perde a coragem e olha para trás. Assim, Eurídice é forçada a permanecer morta para sempre. Cruel, clássico e aparentemente verdadeiro. O cerne disso parece ser de qualquer maneira. O Orfeu ficou tão amargurado com isso que esperou naquele trono vazio todos esses milhares de anos esperando o retorno de Perséfone, só para mantê-lo longe disso. Só pra mantê-la longe disso. Não sei por que ele culpa ela e não o ex-marido, e agora falecido, mas acho que vou descobrir. Um pequeno detalhe que Perséfone não conseguiu compartilhar antes da nossa chegada. Parece que, como o maior bardo da Grécia Antiga, Orfeu tinha poderes semelhantes aos meus. Então, quando aparecemos na sala do trono do submundo, ele e eu brigamos musicalmente, até que finalmente convenci de que toda essa vingança dele não valia a pena e era hora de seguir em frente. A última vez que o vi, ele e as poucas sombras restantes no Hades que apoiavam haviam vagado juntos pelas sombras, esperançosamente para encontrar o descanso. Ok, então vamos continuar agora as últimas partes que faltam, né? Confrontar o pessoal todo, né? Confrontar Pan, Perséfone e Apolo. Vamos pro Pan primeiro, que acho que vai ser pouca coisa. Vai ser o mais curtinho, talvez. O mais longo provavelmente vai ser o Apolo.
Pan? Are you here?
Ué, ele não tá?
Pan! All right then. Guess I'll just head off.
I thought you didn't want to see me anymore. You're not here to yell at me, are you?
Quero me desculpar. Ainda acha que eu sou uma causa perdida. Eu quero apenas conversar.
No, I just wanted to talk.
Oh. Now you've got my ears quivering, Grace. Whatever could we have to discuss?
Eu sei que você é inocente, eu preciso da sua ajuda, eu posso te animar. Não, eu posso ser animado. Quem é? Could use cheering up. Tá, vamos nós. Eu poderia me animar, é isso. Pronto. Tá, eu sei que você é inocente.
I know you weren't behind Calliope's murder.
Oh, then you've learned something, haven't you? Something not exactly pleasant. I see. Isn't that always the way? Tell you what, Grace. Let's indulge in one last transaction. Relay what you've learned, and I'll see if I've any advice to offer.
Contar tudo? Meu Deus do céu.
Okay. Where do I begin?
Well, of course it was Athena.
Wait, you knew?
No, how could I?
So what now?
Eu deve ter suspeitado.
Let the prophecy play out.
Huh?
Let it play out. It doesn't say the last muse will die. Just that she must for the idols to continue. Perhaps the idols shouldn't continue. Seems reasonable enough.
Apenas deixar eles morrerem, eu não quero isso, não para Athena. Não quero isso.
I don't want to be responsible for the idols dying out. I don't know how it could be, but what if it's true?
Then we die out. It's not that complicated. And if you're responsible, surely you'll have a good reason. Frankly, change is long overdue. Continuing on as we have been isn't appealing, and I doubt I'm the only one who thinks so. I'm rather looking forward to the trial now. How exciting.
Ok, acabou Perséfone, então. Vamos por último o Apolo. Aí depois a gente lê as novidades também, né? Tem muita coisa. Vai ter muita coisa.
Did you forget something, Grace?
It felt like we hadn't quite finished our conversation.
It seemed pretty finished to me. What more is there to discuss?
Sobre você e Calliope. Nós não terminamos as coisas em Hades. Você está bem? Sobre você e Calliope. Você está bem?
How about you? Are you okay?
Oh, I am many miles from okay, Grace.
Don't you want to talk about it?
Calliope would not have approved of the way I acted. But then she seldom did. It was so good to see her in Hades. To have her say she forgives me. I just wish it were as easy to forgive myself.
Nós podemos começar de novo. Eu perdoo você. Você não precisa... Você precisa fazer mais do que isso. Autoculpa. Se culpa, né? Tá, podemos começar de novo.
You could apologize, you know. We could start over, from square one.
You shatter my throne without so much as a by your leave. And I'm the one who apologizes?
I could go first if you like. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, believe it or not. Is that better?
It's a start.
Ótimo começo já.
Is it any easier out there? Do you miss being immortal, Grace?
Faz apenas uma semana, né? Eventualmente eu vou. Faz uma semana.
It's been a week, Persephone. If I live past the trial, I'll let you know.
Yes, the trial.
It's a whole thing, I hear.
Whatever happens, Calliope will approve of us defying Athena.
Ok. Já foi. E Apolo, então. Será que depois daqui já vai direto pro negócio? Acho que não, né? Vai ter, mas a gente vai ter que escolher pra ir pra lá.
Oh, it's you. Paul comes in, mopier than his usual mopey self, and won't say a word about why. But of course, it's you.
Isso não envolve você, eu sei que ele importa, isso é ruim?
That bad, huh? I'm not surprised. He left my place pretty upset.
You know, I knew it when I saw you. That girl's gonna be trouble. But does he listen? No. Look, I'm not stupid. I don't buy into this god crap, but I know Paul and the rest of you are not on the right side of normal. Even so, Paul is a good guy. Leave him alone. He doesn't want to talk to you.
It's all right, Oracle. I think Grace and I need a moment alone, if you please.
Oh, sure. Don't mind me. It's not like I was in the middle of anything.
I know how Persephone feels. But not you. You'd have every right to be furious with me.
Eu achei que você fosse melhor do que isso, eu estava preocupado com você, não precisa me proteger, eu não estou bravo. Não precisa me proteger.
You think I need to be protected, Apollo, but I don't. Certainly not by you.
It wasn't that I thought you helpless, Grace. It was that I was the one who set this all in motion. When I first became Apollo, I was so sure I could help people. Help the world. I ignored the warnings. You have no idea how many lives I ruined before I stopped. I never should have given in to Athena. This one time, I thought that maybe it will be different.
Talvez será. Eu não vou desistir, mas não. Mas não se. Como é? Mas não será, né? No caso. Talvez será.
Well, couldn't it be? You said yourself, prophecies don't always work the way you think they will.
That's true. I did say that. I hope you can forgive me, Grace.
Eu não acho que eu consigo, eu vou tentar. Não tem nada pra perdoar.
There's nothing to forgive, Apollo. You did what you could for a friend. You didn't owe me anything.
I guess all that remains is the trial. Whatever happens, Grace, I'll be standing right there by you.
E não teve pra falar com a Afrodite, né? Inclusive, agora que eu tô pensando, não teve pra falar com a Afrodite. E agora pra audição, não. Como é que é? Trial, mano, esqueci o que é a tradução de trial. Deixa eu ver. Julgamento. O julgamento, tá. A gente tem novidades, né? Pra gente ler. Não. Calliope não também, né? Provavelmente só eles mesmo, né? Afrodite não. Apolo. Tentei falar com Apolo quando voltei pro apartamento, tá? Daqui já leu, né? Fui pra casa da praia. Tentei deixar claro pra Apolo que entendia por que ele fez o que fez. Mas é claro que ele aproveitou a oportunidade pra se punir um pouco mais. Quer dizer, não estou entusiasmada com tudo isso, mas entendo. Acho que vou ver o que vem a seguir no julgamento. Aí temos então coisa de Perséfone. Assim que voltamos ao apartamento, bem, eu fui ao submundo, à boate, e discuti as coisas com Perséfone. O máximo que pude, ela nunca vai se desculpar pelo que aconteceu, é claro. Isso simplesmente não é meu Deus, isso simplesmente não é da natureza dela. Mesmo assim, acho que ela se sente mal com isso, à sua maneira, e está tentando mudar. Veremos até onde isso vai. Yupan. Deus do céu. Se bug. Fui até Pan e contei tudo o que aconteceu. Pro seu crédito, ele ouviu e... não acho que ele vai me vender pra Atena antes do julgamento. Lição aprendida, talvez? Seu conselho me surpreendeu. Deixa a profecia acontecer. Se os ídolos não continuarem, então eles não continuarão. Essa é uma atitude bastante surpreendente de um ídolo. Diga o que quiser sobre Pan, ele nunca é o que você espera, definitivamente. E Apolo? Não, Apolo não, Atena, né? Tem alguma coisa? Uma das músicas, então fui eu, nanana, tá. Sim, como eu pensei, Perséfone concordou que Atena provavelmente não irá parar agora. O julgamento irá adiante e se Atena achar que me matar salvará os ídolos, ela fará isso. O que significa que temos que encontrar uma maneira de detê-lo, se pudermos. Que legal. Tá ainda que já leu também. Ok, então, bora pro julgamento, né? Boa sorte pra gente. Ou não é ainda o julgamento?
So this is it. All your new friends have lied to you, but somehow they're gonna get you through the trial, right? I wish Freddie were here.
Like a boat lost at sea with no sails.
Nossa, a música faz todo sentido agora.
I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. I'll embrace the fire as it burns deep inside, bright enough to guide me, an ocean defied. But as I burn, they've all turned away one by one. In the end, am I alone? Like a boat lost at sea, with no sails, no breeze. I am drifting cold water, no star to be seen. In your heart we remain. You do not sail in vain.
Todas as outras musas, né?
My heart, you remain. I do not sail in vain.
Mano, absurdo. Absurdo esses caras souberem também, né? Atuar e cantar. É muito surreal.
Hello?
Ué, cadê a coruja?
Oh, Grace, there you are. Everyone is already waiting for you on Olympus.
Aqui não era Olympus? Nós precisamos conversar como... Aqui não era Olympus?
This was Olympus.
Not this office building. My word, no.
Mas tá triste. Muito bolado, assim.
Welcome to Old Olympus, dear.
Ok, realmente é o do nosso fundo aqui, eu acho.
Is this a real place?
It's the memory of a real place, which for us is the same thing.
Nossa, mostrando ali, acho que a Hecate e o Minotauro que a gente não conseguiu ajudar direito, né? E a Perséfone.
Shall we?
O resto a gente ajudou. Né? Apolo e... Afrodite e o Pan. Bom, provavelmente vai influenciar tudo daí que a gente fez, né? Se a gente ajudou, não ajudou.
Brothers,
Brigou, não brigou.
sisters, everyone, look around you. We few who remain fled to this new land to escape the war, but we are not out of danger. I waited to tell you until I was certain, and now I am. The idols are dying. It will not be long before even our immortality deserts us. The time for extreme measures has arrived.
Assim como assassinato, como... E você decidiu por você. O que nos traz... Por que nos Por que trazer isso agora? Tem certeza que os idols estão morrendo?
How do you know it's true? How can you be so certain?
Each time we pass on our eidolon, we become a little less. It is, however, not solely that. I have had Hecate researching the matter for decades, and her results are conclusive. We are diminishing. I am at this trial to tell you that, as always, I will look out for you. I will save you. Trust in me, Pallas Athena, daughter of Zeus and leader of the chorus, and I will do anything it takes to keep you all alive.
You'll do anything?
Você matou Calliope, não tem outro jeito. Esse julgamento é uma vergonha. E está sendo difícil para vocês e matar Calliope.
Tell them. Let them know what that anything includes. Tell them about the prophecy Apollo gave you and how you've interpreted it. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. Isn't that how it goes?
It's true.
Você se tornou um monstro, você pode parar com isso.
This is your chance to end it, Athena. Your last chance. I know you want to save the idols, but there has to be some part of you that understands you've gone too far.
Nothing is too far!
No? Not even murdering Calliope? She didn't deserve your protection? I don't? Tell them.
E bora pra provavelmente a última música então, né?
It's me. Of course, it's me. The one who gets it done. Don't you see? It had to be. You all turn away when I got the fish. Then you cry hooray once it's on the dish. That's how we do this. Yes, we. Yes, you and me. I have always cared for you. I'll always do all these things for you. All these things that you are not prepared to do. You say you care, Athena, look around. The way you care grinds these idols down. From up above, you played your puppet show. You called it love. Athena, did you know you're turning them to ghosts? Sorry, little bird, time to wring your neck.
This I know, once the muse is dead, questions creep, they'll burrow in my head. What did I do? What didn't I do? All this time, you've shown us what to sing. Wisdom, that's what you bring. Is that still true?
This coming from you. You're lost, little boy. You've lost all perspective. You're ready to throw this away for this little mite. He's not throwing things away. He's picked up the fight. None of you see.
Me.
So it's down to me. It's fine. I'll take all the blame. I'll take all the pain. Think you see it all? You just see a scrap. You wanna make the call. You need to hold the map. You cloistered children. It's time for you and all who stand with you. Yes, you too. Form a queue. Time to follow through.
Não sei se foi uma boa escolha.
Hey, y'all, now listen, I'll be crystal clear. I'm saying this to everybody here. No substitutions, no, you're all too dear. We're keeping everybody leaves this place alive.
It's time to do something new. I'm ready to see.
Really? Pan, you?
The way I see it, if you have to take Grace, then you definitely have to take me.
I was so low, I nearly withdrew. Now I'm here because she inspired me. Of course, it's me. Because of me, this prophecy would come to be. My Olympus is gone, and you're all looking on at a stranger wearing my face. My Olympus is gone. Now I'm some other one. Just how long has she been in place? You set off hoping you could get to somewhere right, but it's been too many years since the mainland was in sight. There was a voice in me that shouted, Athena, you be strong. Be strong. No cost is great enough. It was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, and now I don't know what the right thing is. I leave it up to you what to do with this.
É onde podia socar ela, meu Deus.
All these years you ruled this place. I think it's time you made some space. Enough of you. It's overdue. Step away. Let it go. Fresher hands should steer this boat and sail it to something new.
Ok, aparentemente deu tudo certo. Conseguimos. E aquela parte lá, achei que a gente ia ter que escolher ali, tipo, quem que ia poder vir pro nosso lado, né? Quem não pudesse, não ia vir. Eu tava escolhendo quem que ia, eu tinha certeza que ia ajudar, né?
You've been talking forever.
We're done, yes.
And?
You certain about that chair, brother? You've always said you didn't want it.
I think it's about time, don't you?
Então você tá tomando conta, eu gostei, é isso?
So that's it. You're taking Athena's position and everything goes on like before.
Not quite, no. We've decided to disband the course. No more laws, no more hiding from mortals. It's time the idols found a new way.
You're planning to tell everyone what we really are? Isn't that risky?
We'll give it some time to let those who are afraid go into hiding, but it needs to happen. We have to rejoin the world.
Vocês estão todos de acordo e Atena, isso é um grande passo. Vocês estão todos de acordo?
You all agreed to this? No argument?
Oh, we don't do anything without argument, dearest.
It's what Calliope fought for. It seems appropriate. I only wish you were here to see it.
Calliope would definitely approve.
Yes, well, it'll be up to us to pick up the pieces if this all falls apart.
We have to try. What other choice do we have?
Então, sem regras?
It's hard to picture the idols living without rules. Medusa comes to mind, for instance. Think she'll be okay with mortal laws?
Medusa has offered to live in the reliquary. Frankly, I think she's relieved. As for the others, I suppose they'll have to answer to mortal authorities now.
These authorities. Do you think we could ask them about Hephaestus?
I don't see why not.
E Athena?
What about Athena? She can't be okay with this.
She won't fight it. She said, and I quote, "Whatever your decision, I will abide by it."
That's a switch.
The fight's just not in her anymore. She was so certain she was doing the right thing.
It must be tearing her apart now that she's failed.
Well, we'll see how long this new Athena lasts.
Isso é grande passo.
This is a huge step. Can't believe it's happening.
Changes everywhere. Would you believe Apollo and I finally buried the hatchet?
Even immortals need to grow up sometime.
And give heartfelt apologies.
Which I should have offered long, long ago. Could you all give Grace and I a moment, please? Well, you did it. You survived.
Com certeza, nós conseguimos. Fred não. Nossa, aí é triste, hein? Valeu, Fabi. Valeu pela moitinha. Aí é pra pegar né, na tristeza. Só renovar essa moitinha aqui, a gente já continua. Fechou, não abriu. Aqui ainda. Nossa, fica tudo bugado essa Twitch. O pessoal já fechou e ainda tá ali carregando como se estivesse carregando a live da pessoa. Ok, pastel e o Brito abriu também. Fred não.
Not everyone survived.
I didn't know Freddie well, but I suspect she'd be proud of you.
Oh, probably. You defeated the goddess of wisdom with a song. Top 40 material, Grace.
I'm guessing.
Eita, o John.
Top 40.
Boa Isso, John. Boa noite.
De boas.
De boas.
Para 2 anos, kkkk.
Quase 2, exatamente. Logo, logo. Como é que você tá, John? Muito obrigado pelo seu recebo de 15 meses. Tá doido, 15 meses é muita coisa, né, já. Caminho dos 2 anos e da segunda criança, não é mesmo? Mais 3 meses já nasce. Mais 3 meses vem a próxima criança aí, né? Que a primeira, qual que era o nome da primeira mesmo? Era o John Seloy. Oh, já esquecemos, né? Como é que era o nome da primeira criança? É sobre isso, não lembro o nome. Como é que tá? Como é que tava lá a live, John? Já terminou lá, né? Terminou hoje cedinho. Espero que tava incrível lá.
Is good?
Freddie sure thought so, yeah.
John Seloy. Exatamente.
Obviously, you're as free to go as any of the idols, but I do hope you'll remain with us. We need you.
Pra quê? Sem mais mentiras, é claro que eu irei. Pra quê?
Need me? For what?
You inspired us, Grace. All of us. Not just because you're the muse, but because you're you. Oh, okay, yes, there was probably a less corny way to say that. What do you say, Grace? Ready to face the music one more time?
Always.
Ok, agora, hein? Ato 3, 2 meses depois. Nossa senhora. Ainda é o ato 3. Quer dizer, completamos o ato 3 agora, conquista. Então é o final. É o epílogo, né?
Of course you're both here. In my apartment. Why wouldn't you be?
We were waiting for you.
I'm told the concert went well. How do you feel?
I'm exhausted.
Somehow the Oracle has managed to get a recording of every show you've done. I believe she's a bit starstruck.
You can tell her it's okay to come in person. She's on the list.
That would require her to get out from behind her screens.
Everyone here has also been busy. Would you like to hear the latest?
Ok, novidades. Tava de botar a testando no PZ, uma cidade de mod. Nossa, uma cidade inteira de mod. Isso daí é legal. Né? Isso é interessantíssimo. Alguma outra vez? Perguntar sobre Apolo, Atena. Athena, primeiramente.
Heard about Athena? It's been a while.
The revelation of the idols to the mortal world went far better than she could have dreamed. I think it shook her.
Well, she was wrong about a great many things.
As the goddess of wisdom, that's not an easy realization. So she left. Back to the old world.
Back to the old world? It's a long way to travel by herself.
Well, I asked her to go. There's so many of us who went missing during the war. The idols going public might bring them out of hiding. Athena wanted to leave, and this gave her a purpose. We'll see if anything comes of it.
Ok. Sobre Afrodite e Eros.
No word yet on Aphrodite and Eros? They left the city a while ago.
Eros sent word, yes. Aphrodite has started a spiritual retreat in the mountains.
Let's call it a cult.
Meu Deus.
He says it's been helping her. Being the goddess of love to the world once more has at last brought her peace.
I thought for sure they'd go into hiding. Aphrodite fears mortals more than any other idol, doesn't she?
Hence why she surrounded herself with only those who shower her with adoration.
As I recall, sister, you also headed several cults across the centuries.
The Eleusinian mysteries weren't about shoring up my ego, Apollo.
What about Venus? Did she go with them?
The mortal? I don't believe so. Last I heard, she opened a gallery. Aphrodite's become her patron.
Venus has painted most of the idols. I sat for her last week, in fact. It's made her rather successful.
Aproveitou, né? Tá fazendo esse negócio. Apolo.
What about you, Apollo? Still planning on leaving the city?
Not right away. I've been helping the idols remaining at Olympus learn how to live as part of the mortal world.
Every day he parades about the city with idols in tow like frightened ducklings, showing them how the world works.
But Apollo barely knows how the world works.
Well, that's what makes it funny. It's the blind leading the blind.
And after that?
I don't know. I was thinking of traveling for a time. Despite my age, there are so many places I haven't been.
What you mean is that all the attention on the idols is driving you to distraction.
It is a bit disconcerting. The photographers following me around, the letters addressed to the sun god. I don't know what to do with it all. Even so, I'm not running away. I'll be back. I simply think it's time to see the world again with my own eyes.
Hermes.
Is Hermes still around? I'm surprised they're not here with the rest of you.
Well, we've barely seen them of late.
Hermes has been busy. They've become a social media darling, or so the Oracle tells me.
The truly amusing part is that they're not even trying to be famous. They simply can't help it.
Hermes likes to people please, it's true.
Hopefully it won't backfire on them. Fame is a double-edged sword.
Hermes lives a charmed life, never fear.
Well, it's odd seeing their face on so many billboards, but I agree. Let Hermes have their fun.
Uhum.
How
Persephone.
about you, Persephone? Any big changes?
Not yet, though I may be selling the club very soon.
The underworld? Why?
I don't need a substitute for the real thing. That's all it ever was, and I'm fine with having neither. That said, I've been itching for a change. I believe it's time to move on to something else.
Do we get to know what that something else is?
No, you don't. I came by to give you all my regards, such as they are. After this, you likely won't see me for quite some time.
You will be missed, sister. More than you'll ever believe.
Asterion e Hecate.
Hecate and Asterion. Are they still at the reliquary?
Asterion is not, currently. He's going to appear on the next season of that, television.
Ele realmente, né?
I thought that was just a rumor.
No. He is really doing it.
Asterion's rather thrilled at all the attention. Last I spoke to him.
I don't understand the appeal.
He's a sweetheart, and you know it. I hope you find someone awesome.
As for Hecate, there's little chance of her leaving the reliquary. I assume she's the same as always.
She is. Hecate enjoys the solitude. At any rate, she claims everything will change for us soon enough.
It is written, I'm guessing?
Naturally.
Medusa, que também tá lá, né?
And Medusa? I take it she's no longer at the reliquary.
Já desistiu?
She was. For a few months.
There was an incident involving Hecate's new...
Oh, no. Mais gato.
Oh, no.
Medusa was beside herself with apologies, but needless to say, she moved on rather quickly. We're not certain where.
O que eles têm contra gato?
Medusa is roaming the streets? Doing whatever she likes?
Not quite.
Medusa believed she might not be able to control her, appetite, so she asked us to put her in contact with the mortal government. They took her somewhere. It was her decision. The government is grateful. They even suggested we might see Hephaestus again.
Aphrodite's husband? He's alive?
So it appears. Who knows what he's been doing for the mortals since the war, but it would raise all our spirits to see him again.
Lipa.
What about Pan? I haven't seen him since the trial.
No one's seen him.
Should we be worried? It is Pan, and what he does will reflect on us all.
Pan is harmless.
Mostly harmless.
As far as I can tell, he did regret his involvement in Calliope's death. He'll lay low, at least for a time.
He'll be back with some new scheme to make us all groan.
You're not wrong.
E é tudo, é isso que eu quero perguntar.
I still can't believe it's all over.
Oh, it's scarcely over, Grace. Now that you've toppled the castle, it's barely just begun.
Oh, I didn't do that.
On the contrary, you absolutely did.
Perhaps we should leave you alone, Grace. You must be tired from your trip.
Kind of feels like this is it, huh? Like we won't see each other for a long time.
No. Not like this. You're right.
Everything has changed.
Stormy skies clear, soft breeze blow.
The ocean lies calm, stars are out.
You chart our paths, I've no doubt.
fresh coat of paint, sails unfurled, ready to go.
Watching the shore as we drift away,
lost in the sunrise, parting mists of gray,
sailing to new water, the rush of a new day.
Everything has changed. Everything.
Os dois são muito altos. Muito altos. Ou a Grace que é muito baixinha, porque a Fred também era mais alta que a Grace. Mas é isso, nossa senhora. Você sobreviveu a todos os problemas. Laura Bailey, Troy Baker. Ok, mano. Muito bom o jogo. Vou skipar aqui os créditos pra gente ir mais rápido, né? Tem mais alguma coisa? Aparentemente, não. Mas que nem eu falei, mano, seria muito bom se tivesse um modo aqui que a gente pudesse ouvir as músicas e fazer escolhas diferentes durante a música, né? Pra ouvir ela diferente. Apesar de que muda também a história, né? Seria, né, meio diferente isso. Mas seria interessante se desse pra fazer alguma coisa do tipo. Mas é isso então, né? Terminamos aí mais um joguinho, né? Stray Gods, finalmente, depois de 2 meses, né, que a gente tava pra jogar esse jogo, finalmente jogamos ele e foi muito bom. Nossa senhora, que joguinho delícia. Uma delicinha de jogo, as musiquinhas são muito boas, né? Foi uma aventura bem interessante, que inclusive até me deu uma ideia aqui, né? Imagina se realmente existisse isso, né? Das almas dos deuses estarem por aí, né? E aí, tipo, a pessoa ainda... Só que no caso não ficar imortal, mas a pessoa ter a obrigação de encontrar uma nova pessoa pra poder se manter viva, né? Entre aspas. Ia ser muito louco, né? E a pessoa tem que, tipo, ver ali que tá indo morrer, ou sei lá, tem que encontrar já uma outra pessoa pra ficar no lugar dele, né? Sei, alguma coisa assim. Mas, muito bom, né? Vamos então de encerramento por hoje, né? Infelizmente não vai dar pra fazer mais muita coisa, né? Já deu nosso horário aí, deu certinho o tempo do jogo, inclusive. E vamos de raidzinho.